Yo, what up, everybody? Okay, fuck. There you go. Get your rice cake. Gummy likes rice cakes. What's up, everybody? Favorite rice cake? I just like them plain. Oh my god. This cat loves rice cakes. Get the fuck out of here. Get out. Yeah, I saw Hassan threatened Ethan's wife like a fucking retard. Get out! Oh my god! One donate $2, Dr. Gundry cringe.
Tofu is a big no-fu. Too many people mistake tofu for a healthy, plant-based source of protein. But if you ask me, it has no place in a healthy diet. Tofu.
People who eat tofu regularly have lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, and lower instances of breast and prostate cancer. Like,
Tofu is made from soybeans that contain a type of plant estrogen that some studies suggest can mess with your hormones.
that is a complete and utter lie, and he knows it. There's no evidence that soy has a hypogonadal effect in humans.
Soybeans also contain nasty anti-nutrients called lectins that upon reaching our gut.
Yeah, here we go with the fucking lectins, dude. See this? I don't think the lectins are doing much. Looks like my muscles are getting all the fucking nutrients they need.
Can cause some serious digestion and weight-related issues. But just because
Weight-related issues? Are you gonna get too jacked? Oh, gee, look at the weight problems I'm having. I'm getting too muscular from all the fucking tofu. Jesus Christ, what? Oh, it's horrible. Fucking jackass.
it's a plant-based protein doesn't make it good for you. We actually feed soy to cows and pigs to fatten them up for slaughter. So just imagine what happens to us.
Like, we feed a lot of things to cows to fatten them up for slaughter. We feed them soy, We feed them corn. We feed them wheat. We feed them any kind of forage there is. That could be grass. That could be alfalfa, hay. We even feed cows. They literally make cow feed that includes cows in it. Like, I can't stand these fucking idiots. Like, they have no fucking idea what they're talking about.
When we eat it constantly, yep, eating these soy-fattened cows and pigs can eventually cause various health and even weight issues.
Yeah, again, that's why people who eat soy have better biomarkers and lower instances of fucking cancer. Like, this guy's a fucking bitch.
Between
You know, by the way, this is the same guy who said smoking is good for you. Like, that was so fucking hilarious when I first saw him say that on Dr. Mike's podcast. Blew my fucking mind how crazy that dude is. He didn't even say, like, you know, nicotine has like these health benefits. Like, he literally said smoking is good for you.
glutamate and GABA, this combination, these two neurotransmitters, that's 80% of your brain's neurotransmission. So the superstar neurotransmitters, your norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin, these, we all know about these, but what's running the show is the balance between your glutamate and your GABA.
What is this stupid shit? Modern life and GABA deficiency, impact of hustle culture and cortisol, dopamine. I can't. Like, I don't fucking care. Let me see. There might be an interesting part in this. Debunking the serotonin myth.
Ecosystem is a huge, reflection.
There's no rice cakes. I ate them. I gave you a piece. You act like I don't feed you. What is your goddamn problem? This is a nice cat. You're nice. We cuddled. We always cuddle. We did some good cuddling today. You're my little cuddle buddy. Love you, Gum Gum. He's so handsome. I love you, little baby.
Action of that too.
I think that's the point. Yeah, each of these has a piece, but to call out one single piece is...
Look at this guy's fucking turkey neck, and then he's like saying soy is gonna make you fat. Like, what the fuck?
I think missing, the bigger picture. Thank you.
I'm happy to, to talk about that, because there are a lot of people out there that will focus on one thing, right? And I am talking about GABA today as a kind of that one thing on some level. But the thing about GABA is
There's tomato basil rice cakes. They're so good. I might look for those.
Funny clip of Nick Fuentes responding to Carnivore Super Chatter.
Is this the old one from like a while ago?
Do the fruits.
Holy dude, do you fucking people ever get tired of this? You fucking loser. Eat an ancestral diet. Hey, shut the fuck up and kill yourself, dude. No one has told you this yet, but someone needs to. Shut the fuck up and kill yourself, dude. Oh, you just gotta eat an ancestral diet. Mainly meats and fruit. Shut the fuck up. Hey, shut the fuck up. Nobody asked. Shut the fuck up. Take your faggot ass diet advice and shove it up your faggot ass. Nobody fucking cares. Don't you just love this new phenomenon of every fucking faggot ass yuppie coming to you and telling you exactly what you need to be eating and doing? Huh. Ever since I got on this keto diet, ever since I got on the ancestral, ever since I got on the carnivore diet, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
You know, like, honestly, every dude who does this carnivore diet thing, they are fucking gay as shit. Like, he's got a point.
Is that all you fucking people think about is what you put in your disgusting maw? Huh? Is that all you think about is what you eat and when you shit? You gotta eat an ancestral diet and all your chronic conditions will go away. Oh, are you a doctor? Are you a licensed doctor? You're a scientist? Fuck you. I'm gonna eat Papa John's tonight just because you said that. I'm so over the diet stuff, man. The next person that tells me to get on a diet, I'm gonna shoot them in the fucking face with a gun. Dude, you just gotta try the ancestral diet. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about, and I didn't ask. What is with that? It's like, this is like the new thing. Is every dickhead coming up to you and saying, hey man, you gotta try this new diet. I cracked the code on nutrition. No, you didn't. Eat an ancestral diet. Your stomach issues go away. Mainly meats. And you do have fruits. And if you do have fruits, time it before exercise. Otherwise, no sugar and carbs. Dude, kill yourself. Like, actually kill yourself. Like, do you hear yourself? Because if you did, you would commit suicide. You tried chicken and veggies, but that's crap because you need fat for energy. Red fatty meats. Fuck you. Fuck you and die.
That's literally what I think every time I hear some carnivore diet bullshit. Thanks for the donation, nigga. Grey Knight Donate Tiller's trailer for new horror film just dropped. Do you think you become a dog person after watching this?
Look who's here.
Oh, Shudder. You know, there's some interesting, like really small budget, high concept horror movies on Shudder. There's that movie, I think Skinamarink on Shudder. That was pretty cool. To be fair, I did have to skip through, a fair bit of it, but it was a really kind of cool concept. So is this like a horror movie from a dog's perspective? Yeah. That's such a cool idea. Oh, poor dog. I hope the dog's okay. That's pretty cool. I'll definitely watch that. It's a neat idea. Shudder has a lot of garbage on it. Like, to be fair, it's... Horror is such a weird genre. It's either like slop, just low budget slop garbage. Really good high concept movies that just suck at the very end, just with horrible endings. I don't know why there's so many horror film directors and writers that can actually make really good, films with an interesting concept, and then they suck at making an ending. Or you actually get some good shit that nobody fucking knows about. Outside of just people who are really into the horror genre. Well, thanks for the donation, Grey Knight. Hugh Thompson donated $2. Should they be forgiven? Veterans of My Lai. My Lai Massacre. 500 were killed by U.S. troops. I don't know about the My Lai Massacre in particular. There were some of the massacres in Vietnam are fucking retarded. There were a lot. I can tell you
Michael
that.
Bernhardt.
Basically, the U.S. military was getting so pissed off that they weren't really making any real progress in Vietnam. So they just ended up having this retarded tactic where let's just kill everybody. So they made up excuses for massacring these smaller villages where if they got the slightest hint or whiff that the Viet Cong ever interacted with any village in any way, they considered everyone Viet Cong. So if the Viet Cong traveled through a village at some point, they would just go in and machine gun like some of these villages.
Tarpon Springs, Florida.
Something a soldier has to do is to take orders and carry them out.
Like we used to have to run around yelling, kill, 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 just to get it in our heads, just to get that feeling that you can do it.
That's what you do. I mean, really pointless. Women in the last village, and we killed an old man over there, too.
Like when we're out there, we're staying out there, just out on the ground.
Following the troops around, following them.
It is a quirk of human psychology where people are willing to commit really heinous crimes when they're told to by an authority figure. But, at the end of the day, if we're going to hold Nazis, SS officers, Auschwitz, fucking guards accountable, then everybody has to be held accountable. So, should they be forgiven? Kind of depends. I think they should be held accountable, but if somebody is repentant, I don't see why you can't forgive them. Here's the war hero who was stopping it. Who is tougher?
This monument marks the ditch where the largest number of people were executed. Scores of villagers rounded up in sweeps through My Lai were herded here to be...
Em nhỏ nhỏ về là nó bò theo mương cây, thấy thì đứt ruột luôn. Bò theo mương cây mà tôi là sắp chết, nó chặn mẹt quá, tôi không có làm sao ấy. Mà có làm sao cũng không biết là bị thì là rạc, thì là ngồi thì có cái phong thanh nói, thì là rạc cứ mình như vậy thì không biết là cái lý do làm sao.
It's pretty fucked up.
Lay down into the ditch and blowing them away. Here we are supposed to be the good guys in the white hats. It upset me. As we were flying over it one time, we noticed, some movement in it. And Angerata, who was my crew chief, spotted a child moving around amongst, the body. And we were, getting that child out of there. There was more we probably could have saved, but we couldn't carry it. So we flew the child to Quang Ngai Hospital, I believe it was, and dropped it off with a nun there. It was a very sober flight going over there, very quiet.
Trên người vậy, một thằng Mỹ nó đang đè chị, trên người chị không còn mặc cái quần áo nữa. Nhưng lúc đó tôi không hiểu đó là gì. Và sau này chị tôi đang ra sức chống cự lại nó.
Yeah, people are just apes. What do chimpanzees do? So, human beings are just, a more intelligent form of chimpanzee. So whenever people are, questioning, how could anybody do something like this? Well, we're fucking chimps. It's that simple. Thanks for the donation, though, Hugh Thompson. Let's see. E donated $2. Let me see.
60. And what's kept y'all married this long?
You got good pussy.
That's good.
Here's a look at the drawing. You can see several hands pictured above a heart. Well, some say those hands are displaying a well-known gang signal. The devastated teen says that's completely untrue.
I don't think that's fair. I tried the best I can.
Shit.
6,600 years ago, a man named Yaqub with an abnormally large head was born in the city of Mecca. At the time, the only people on earth were black people. Yaqub was evil and hated the world, so he decided to use his immense intelligence to attempt to destroy black society. Yaqub crossbred the lightest-skinned people he could find with one another, which over the course of many decades resulted in people with lighter and lighter skin. Yaqub died aged 150, but his followers continued his work. Eventually, they created today's white people. The brutal conditions of their creation made them barbaric and evil. These initial white people eventually learned to use trichonology, an unjust and underhanded mind control method that was capable of tricking black people. Their total lack of empathy led to them using tricknology to enslave the very black people who had created them. This is why the proper scientific name for white people is Yaqubian. Follow for more insightful...
What was the fucking crazy religion who believes that? I thought that was a joke somebody made up. It was, is it the Muslim Brotherhood or something? Or it was some weird shit. But yeah, I thought that was literally a joke at first. That is far, far too difficult. You really shouldn't bounce soccer balls on your head either. It causes CTE.
Madam!
Yeah, it's a sucky music video. Thanks for the donation, E. Yeah, Nation of Islam.
Hey, I was watching Gary Yarovsky and he said something about fuck human rights. Not sure why he had to say that.
That's
also,
fair.
people in Discord have been saying you've been roid raging. Has your penis shrunk from the roids? Could explain the anger, I guess.
Roids don't make your penis smaller. If anything, they make your penis larger. Your penis can change size over time. So if it's exposed to more androgens, it tends to actually get larger. What steroids can do is cause your testicles to shrink because they're not being used as much, to produce testosterone. I haven't noticed any testicular shrinkage. They might have gotten smaller, but not to a perceivable extent. But yeah, if anything, steroids are probably more than likely to make your penis larger. At least if you're using testosterone as a base. And I have not been roid raging. If anything, I've been more kind of calm and level-headed and happy. But I've always fucking, gotten angry here and there and flipped out at people. That's nothing new. Thanks for the donation, though. My name is Bitchard. Retard donated $2. Let me see.
Find out. Who?
What?
You fuck around and you will find out. I don't miss, boy.
Yeah, she doesn't like Muslims. I hate how people add music to their fucking stupid clips.
My name's Governor Gavin Newsom.
Aryan. Look at this Aryan.
From the great
Patrick
state
Bateman.
of Nancy Pelosi. I come from a state like our nation of Dreamer is the most diverse state in the world's most diverse democracy.
Chad Gavin
And
Newsom.
we pride ourselves
I just don't know what to tell you. Like, if you look at a handsome, sociopathic, tall white man who like clearly has contempt for like those around him, and you don't like him because he's a Democrat, well, maybe he's a Democrat. Like, there's something wrong with you. I don't know what else to say.
You know, that is kind of telling if Nick Fuentes likes Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, he's kind of like Hillary Clinton, where he lies about every single fucking political view he has. And everything he fucking says publicly is not, you know, in his own personal interest. Like what he actually personally believes politically, it's in the interest of his career. So, yeah, you know, it is kind of funny seeing Nick Fuentes like a Democrat, but that is a little telling.
On the 6th of September 2020, a police officer was sent to handle an incident after receiving...
OnlyFans model stabs her boyfriend and pretends like nothing happened. All right, we'll watch some of that. Thanks for the donation, retard.
What's your take on The Last House on the Left 2009 and The Hills Have Eyes 2006 remake?
I have seen The Hills Have Eyes remake. It's not good. And I haven't seen The Last House on the Left, so I don't have an opinion on that. The Hills Have Eyes remake is kind of unwatchable. It's just not good. Thanks for the donation, though. Human Supremacy can suck my ass. Destiny likes Gavin Newsom lately. Like, he's the only Democratic candidate who seems to be based against Trump. Like, they're all just weak-ass beta male pussies. And rather than just confronting Trump and, you know, playing the game on their level, they all just act like little fucking weenies and try to be, like, friendly and professional and cordial when they really shouldn't be. And it just makes them seem like fucking weak pushovers, so... Like, yeah, I appreciate that about Gavin Newsom, where he is willing to, you know, play the game on, you know, the Republicans' level, but the guy's a fucking asshole. Like, a complete dipshit. Like, I'm never gonna respect Gavin Newsom, because the guy's just a fucking liar.
Nick Fuentes is such a Degan piece of shit.
Yeah, he is. I agree. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Dodo donated $3. Let me see.
A young 16-year-old boy, who an altar boy of the church, you know, there were curfews going on, and they had tanks all around the city circling them. And he was out with his 70-year-old.
Here we go. Oh my god, this was one of the most retarded fucking interviews I've ever seen.
Cousin, I think it was, and they were just kicking a soccer ball. He was shot dead by a sniper.
You see these videos.
That's a really cool story. I'm sure Israel is just sniping kids playing soccer. I'm sure they are.
Christians,
Fucking
priests with
retarded.
crucifixes around their necks getting spit on in Jerusalem. Are those real?
Yes.
Do you know anyone who's been spit on? Any Christians have been spit on?
Me?
You've been spit on?
Of course, yeah.
What do you...
I know there are some, like, crazy fucking radical Jews that spit on Christians. They're, like, weird, fucked up cultists, and even Netanyahu has spoken out against those people. So, like, why in the fuck is she complaining about that? Like, how many fucking Muslims kill Christians? Like, actually straight up kill Christians? Look what's happening in Syria. They're rounding up Christians and Druze and fucking mass executing them. Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, this is just... I don't fucking care about the Young Turks. They can fuck themselves. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Like again, they don't care. They'll just put on whoever no matter how unreliable the source, and say, oh, see, they're saying this about Israel. Israel bad. Like that fucking fake Green Beret cocksucker who made up a bunch of fucking lies that were proven lies. Have they retracted any of their fucking news stories about that guy? Saying, oh, well, sorry guys, turned out everything you were saying was untrue, but we're still suspicious of Israel. No. They played story after story of this guy who made up complete fucking lies, never retracted anything. They're not, like, they're literally worse than Fox News. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo. Retard donated $2. Let me see.
Today, 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups. You try to get under 5 minutes. How'd you do?
We got close. I was about 5:25. You were right behind me.
We had a couple of Marines here.
One beat 3 minutes, a couple beat 4 minutes. Pretty impressive.
It was President Trump who inspired us to do this. This is the beginning of our tour, challenging Americans to get back in shape.
Dude, Donald Trump thinks exercise is bad for you.
Eat better, but also you need to get out and exercise. And we have a challenge. There's another cabinet member who we hope would show up today. We told him there was a cabinet meeting here. But anyway, we want to send out a challenge to Sean Duffy to come and do this.
So Secretary Duffy, you're invited to do the Pete and Bobby challenge. Can you do it in under 5 minutes? 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups. What do you think?
If you can beat 6 minutes, you can beat...
You know, I will say this. Like, RFK Jr., especially considering he's a former heroin addict, looks fucking amazing for his age. Like, testosterone is a hell of a fucking drug. I'm convinced at this point, like, the majority of men should probably be on testosterone. There's not really any reason to not go on testosterone if your testosterone's below 1,000. Like, yeah, sure, if you don't like needles and you feel like it's a personal decision at the end of the day, but I mean, if you want to optimize health and physical performance, I honestly think at this point, you should just take testosterone if your total test is under 1,000.
Be part of this.
And yes, thank you, President Trump, for setting the example. Presidential physical fitness, make America healthy again, fit, not fat.
Yeah, and you know, at least he exercises. Thanks for the donation, retard.
Serious question. How is Sugar Boy leaner than you? Even though he's 50 plus years old and full natty bra. And you're in your 30s and on steroids? Shouldn't you be leaner at this point? You were even leaner when you took your profile picture.
Well, first of all, he is on steroids. Second of all, I don't even know if he's leaner than me at this point. I'm not sure. I'm pretty fucking lean right now, dude. But thanks for the donation, 21st. Does test improve longevity? Yeah. So the most current data shows that men who take testosterone replacement therapy do in fact live longer than men who don't. There's other prospective cohort data showing that men who are at the upper range of testosterone, around 1,000, they live longer than men who are at the bottom of the range. So the lower your test is, the shorter you live. And dude, just the way it changes your mood, mindset, lowers stress, encourages physical activity. It also changes your body composition and the way you store body fat, where you end up storing less visceral and gynoid fat. Like, yeah, I'm pretty convinced at this point that if you're under 1,000 tests, you probably should just go on testosterone. Like, it's pretty fucking awesome, dude. You obviously have to, you do have to monitor certain things, like you want to make sure that your red blood cell count, hematocrit, is kept under control. You might have to get a phlebotomy occasionally, or like you don't have to literally get a phlebotomy. You can just donate blood, but you might have to keep that under control. And you might also have to keep an eye on blood pressure and left ventricular hypertrophy or maladaptive cardiomyopathy. Just because of how, androgens affect your heart and shit. But that's pretty easy to manage. So if you can manage those side effects, and not everyone gets that, if you can just manage those side effects, yeah. Like, dude, just look at RFK Jr. The guy's a fucking heroin addict. Like, the guy was a fucking heroin addict. How old is he? Is he like 70? Like, bro. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, how many fucking 70-year-olds do you see in that kind of physical condition? Like, why the fuck wouldn't you take testosterone? There's just no reason. So, yeah, like, dude, no one is gonna look like that at 70 without taking testosterone. Like, fucking nobody. So, yeah, I'm very convinced at this point that you really should just go on testosterone. At the very least, when you end up getting older and you feel yourself, slowing down. But I think if your test is under 1,000, then yeah. Like, yeah, sure, if it's 800 or 900, maybe hold off. But if you're like at 500 or 600 or something, like, yeah, double or triple your test and you're going to feel way fucking better. But I don't know how I got sidetracked and started talking about that. Do you like manatees? Yeah, manatees are dope. The Double Down Sex Offender donated $2, $1.29. Look at this empathic soldier right here. Clearly has so much empathy. This is shorter. It almost seems like they're doubling down on it. The black guy killed himself over it, though. Is this more of the Vietnam stuff? 129.
Yes. They looked like they were having a lot of good time. Did you see anyone not? No, I think everybody was just about everybody was busy. What do you think a war crime is?
What do I consider a war crime? Yeah. I consider a war crime of being over there. Just the idea of being there.
Okay. Thanks for the donation, dude. Dodo donated $2. Let me see. Stop taking methylene blue. Here's why. My urine is now blue. Started methylene blue today. I'm experimenting with methylene blue. Clinical trials in humans show promise for brain health. They don't. Animal studies show minimal to no efficacy in lifespan extension. No shit. Potential mitochondrial function and energy. Alternate low and high oxygen. Igniting mitochondrial. Why would he even bother? Isn't there a cancer risk with taking methylene blue? My decision stems from straightforward observation, making me less tolerant of hypoxia, and I started experiencing discomfort and headache during IHHT, intermittent hypoxia, hyperoxia therapy sessions. Side effects were not present with IHHT alone before starting methylene blue. Primarily subjective feeling without measurable indicators. Plausible that methylene blue could be causing side effects or blunting the effects of IHHT. Methylene blue typically reduces reactive oxygen species by enhancing mitochondrial function. Its effect under low oxygen is unpredictable and could paradoxically increase ROS to damaging levels. Methylene blue vasoconstriction. Higher doses of methylene blue constrict blood vessels by inhibiting NO synthesis. Dude, like... I'm getting more and more convinced that this guy doesn't really have as much of a genuine interest in life extension as he's claiming, and he just tries a bunch of dumb shit for social media clout.
I used to be an officer in the IDF, and I took many missions in Gaza. Whenever we went to missions, you know, the Shabak will come and tell us, listen, we need to go and take down this terrorist. Now, we have 4 hours to prepare for a mission behind enemy line. Get the maps. I come and tell them, show me the maps, show me exactly right now where are schools and where are hospitals and where are civilian people. And I would say 50...
Okay, this guy's a liar. Like, dude... This is just outrageously fucking stupid. So they're planning operations to either take out or arrest terrorists, and this guy is saying, I made sure I knew where all the civilians were and where the schools are and the hospitals. Like as if relevant details about minimizing collateral damage and, you know, keeping civilians safe and like all this isn't being fucking discussed. Like, this guy's just making this shit up, dude.
50% of my briefing to my soldiers is telling them, if you get shot from here, you can't shoot back. If you get shot from here, you can't shoot back.
That is a bullshit lie. If you're getting shot at, there is no fucking military on the planet who will say, yeah, just die. If you're getting shot at, like, just that it's too bad. There's civilians around there, so just die and get shot. So he's just lying again. That is made up bullshit. Dude, I've had friends who've served in the Marines. Their fucking commanding officers would say, if you're getting shot at and there's civilians around, just fucking blow motherfuckers away. If you think shots are coming from a certain area and you're seeing movement or like flashes of light or whatever, and you're not sure if you're gonna like shoot a civilian, just shoot anyway. Like the civilians shouldn't be around there. They can like fucking run away and hide. If they're stupid enough to just like fucking hang around during a gunfight, then they can get blown up. And I'd rather you kill a civilian than you die yourself. Like, there's no fucking chance. And by the way, like, within reason, this sort of thing isn't a fucking war crime. If you're trying to defend your own fucking life and you're actually trying to complete a legitimate military objective, so like capturing a terrorist, and you're getting shot at and there's a risk that you could shoot a civilian if you return fire, it's not a fucking war crime. You're trying to complete a military objective and defend yourself.
Because you end up hitting children. I'm in charge of the operation. I'm in charge of the tank force.
This guy's lying. This is made up.
If you laser one of these tanks, the tank commander with his crew of 3, so there are 4 in the tank.
Laser a tank? What the fuck is he talking about?
We'll see that someone is about to shoot a missile at them. There's a laser pointing at them. It's going to be blinking, and he can press the button, and immediately the turret will turn directly into the direction of that RPG or laser-guided missile, and then that tank commander have a split of a second to press the button and shoot, take down that enemy, or allow him to burn alive.
He's literally making shit up. Has this guy ever served in... Who is he? This is made up nonsense. Who the fuck is this guy?
The entire crew. Now, what did the Palestinians did not once, not twice, so many times? They'll gather children, give them candies, bring them around, and then one of these jihadists, dressed like a civilian, will pull up one of these launchers, laser the tank. Now, it's a win-win, because if
What? I'm sorry. Terrorists will hand out candy to children and then pull out an RPG and then shine a laser on a tank? What the fuck is he talking about?
Israel shoots at him and all the children are dead. One jihadist, 10 kids are dead. Very bad for publicity. It's gonna help promote the Palestinian agenda. If they don't...
Yeah, whoever that guy is, he's lying about everything. I don't think he's ever served. That was some of the stupidest fucking nonsense I've ever heard in my life. Please help me, I need food. Please help me, I need food. Yeah, that kid looks well fed. He's literally fat. And they clearly just rubbed mud on his face. I don't know why starving means you're dirty. It's so stupid. Ukraine today released the first video of its forces firing its Ukrainian-produced Flamingo cruise missile at Russian forces. New mass-produced missile has a range of 3,000 kilometers and carries a 1,150 kilogram warhead. Can reach targets even behind the Ural Mountains. Fucking dope, dude. Ukraine fucking shit up.
Have you got permission?
Yeah.
What, even to ask people? I've never seen a beggar or anybody begging, asking people to put it on their card.
I'm not begging.
Hey?
I'm not begging.
What are you doing then?
Playing music.
Yeah, but who asked you to? Who asked? Did you get permission from our council?
Yes.
If you weren't begging, you would be playing music for free.
I am playing it for free, technically.
Why are you getting no money then?
Because people want to give money.
No, you don't ask for that. You don't put that label
I'm not
there.
asking for it.
You are. You have to give tips for £2. That is begging.
Alright.
Don't you know the difference? I'll ask Cara Council if you got permission.
Fucking Karen-ass bitch. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. $8 UK is imploding. Yeah,
What
goddamn
the
right it
hell is happening in the UK, people? The UK Office of...
Allegedly issued a notice to 4chan with an intention to impose a 20,000 pine fine daily. Why? Oh my god.
Commissions is alleged is literally the Palestinian... Look at the
I
top.
can't fucking bother watching this fucking retard. These smaller YouTube channels are unfucking watchable. I've seen that. I don't know why the fuck they even bother. It's just so stupid. The UK is so retarded and gay, dude. Like, I think that just exemplifies the incompetence of their administration. They waste time and do things that are absolutely fucking useless, accomplish no goal, and they're even completely and utterly ineffective at accomplishing any political objective they have whatsoever. So yeah, that's just the UK. Thanks for the donation, E. Retard, donate $2. This video might take you for a ride.
Level, there seems to be a paranoia.
Yeah, I've already watched this off stream. I don't know if we'll bother watching this. It's not very interesting. Thanks for the donation though, retard. Might watch that later.
Natty or not?
She is very clearly not natty. She is on the steroids. If I had to guess, she's probably on low-dose testosterone. And she might also take Anavar, Winstrol, and growth hormone. But, yeah, she is very clearly not natty. She has a great ass. Great, great rear end. Yeah. Pretty fucking jacked, dude. I'm actually jealous of those quads. My quads are getting better, but I'm jealous of her fucking quads. But yeah, dude, steroids are pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, she has a nice butt. Let's see if we can find her Instagram. She should have some good ass pics on her Instagram. Yeah, there we go. Damn. That is some nice cake. I approve. Fuck yeah. Oh, here's some more. Whenever I see a chick like bent over like that, I just like imagine myself as a missile and just right up the rear end. That is a good bum. That is a very good bum. That's a good one. Yeah, you know, might actually be a good thing that I don't have a gym membership anymore. I might get too distracted if I had to get to a public gym. If I saw a chick like this, I might have to like run to the bathroom and wank it. Yeah, that's good. Thanks for the donation, Jessica. Anonymous donated $2. Let me see. Yeah, I've already seen that. Thanks for the donation, dude. Yeah, Aaron Janice is going crazy. I've already reacted to it.
Please react, my nigga.
Can prayer or the act of praying for somebody else really help our health? This is a topic that I wanted to dive into.
Nope.
After my friend Forrest Frank broke his back, he has recovered from that back injury remarkably fast, and so it got me interested into looking into this. Are there any actual studies on prayer and health outcomes?
The studies on whether prayer helps are mixed. So there's studies that show it doesn't help and people are more likely to die, and there's studies that it shows that it helps. The reason why there's a mix is probably just because of psychological conditions. If you tell somebody they're enrolled in a study where they're trying to see if prayer works, somebody with a serious disease that has an interest in proving their religion is real, that might put extra stress and nervousness on them that ends up killing them, due to the stress. And conversely, if you don't apply that stress on them and they're not necessarily aware of the study, there could be social factors involved where if somebody believes they're getting some kind of help from God, that may be reassuring and calm them down and make them less stressed and then more likely to recover. But prayer, like the idea that God will actually help you if you pray, I can guarantee you, just about every single fucking person that was exterminated in the Holocaust prayed before they were fucking exterminated and sent to a gas chamber. And out of the 10 million people who were either shot or gassed to death, prayer didn't really work out too well for them, did it?
Health outcomes. And it turns out there's one of the most fascinating PubMed papers I've ever read. Let's dive in. This clinical trial is called Positive Therapeutic Effects of Intercessory Prayer in Coronary Care Unit Population. Intercessory means people praying for somebody else. While they acknowledge that this is one of the oldest forms of therapy, they wanted to dive in a double-blind, placebo-controlled study way of seeing if there's really any effect. There were 393 patients randomized in this trial. 192 basically had people praying for them. 201 were the control group, so they did not. The group that had people praying for them had a significantly lower severity score. This means the recovery was just way better. The control group that
Coronary care unit. I'm confused how there was double blinding. How was there double blinding? I don't know if this is an author, like an editor error or something. But this sounds like they wouldn't be able to double blind this because they're literally telling they're literally telling a bunch of people to go out and pray for a group of people. So like somebody would have to know. How in the fuck was it double blinded?
did not have people praying for them had more ventilatory assistance, more antibiotics, more diet stay. The care for others has a significant effect. Now, while
like, by the way,
hospital stay.
Like, show the actual fucking results. There has to be a table. There's only 393 patients. So what? Saying significant, they're probably talking about statistical significance.
Care for others has a significant neutral findings. What I find very interesting is the overwhelming evidence that meditation and self-prayer can help. Now, when you look at this, lowering cortisol can lower inflammatory, promote intercessory prayer on outcomes in patients admitted to the coronary care unit. This is a very in-depth, long paper, but what they did find is 11 out of these 27 cases were medically remarkable. So in my mind, when you can...
Okay, so...
were medically 11 out of these...
Yeah, this is just garbage. So, okay, so... There's some, like, weird Christians who are writing this paper.
27 remarkable. So in my mind, when and it's where I know he would pray.
Yeah, this is just garbage, like slop. Upload, like, just post it on PubMed.
You don't know what you don't know till you know it. That's something I love to say because I certainly don't know everything. I don't claim to. And don't worry, I'm not about to turn my whole page into fitness and politics, but I think this is a really interesting point to make, that the modern fitness culture in at least the United States is actually a direct result of historical political tensions. 30s and 40s, communist countries, Eastern Europe, thinking about that, fitness was actually a really big propaganda tool that they used to encourage a sense of strong nationalism. Like, also, not only metaphorically strong, but literally physically strong. And I think that it's really interesting because they didn't only encourage it in men, which ended up kind of being something we did in the United States, but they also encouraged it in women. So it was everybody who was.
Yeah, that's because women were forced to work. That's one based thing that the fucking Soviet Union did. They didn't let women just, you know, live off their fucking husbands like a leech. They actually had to go to work too.
Was supposed to be strong. Flash forward a little bit, we can look at examples like Kennedy's The Soft American, which also called for a advocacy of nationalism through fitness and creating like strong men in particular. So it was really pushed upon men to be physically strong. I think that's why in modern America we see fitness as still being, and I don't mean like wellness, I mean like fitness as still being a really male-dominated space, and it is. Even to the point of toxic masculinity, which I feel like that's almost a trigger word for some people, but toxic masculinity is also really bad for men, okay?
There's no such thing as toxic masculinity.
I don't know. This is just something to think about. I feel like it's really interesting, and just because you don't work out for political reasons doesn't mean fitness is not political. So that's...
This sounds like absolute horseshit. Physical fitness has always been a thing. You can look at, like, the ancient Greeks. There's a reason why the ancient Greeks made so many fucking, so many statues with buff, muscular dudes and, like, fit, slender women. Physical fitness has always been an interest of human culture. Especially cultures that often, like, engaged in warfare and, like, had gladiatorial battles, you know, stuff like that. Romans also had a big thing with physical fitness where, you know, they try to get visible abdominal muscles. That's always been a fucking thing. The war, like the Cold War between the US and the Soviet Union, didn't really change anything. It just recontextualized the importance of physical fitness.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's kind of weird. Thanks for the donation, Sneed.
Like I care if any of these kids starve to death and die good, that means they're forever out of the gene pool.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Didn't Hunter Avalon say that small penises was considered masculine in ancient Greece? It wasn't considered masculine. It was they made statues of men with large muscles but small penises because it was like some weird cultural thing where if you have a smaller penis, you're more of a deep thinker kind of thing.
Bro, you the funniest nigga on YouTube. I swear one day I better open up your stream to you doing this. You really F for doing this impression, Lmao.
I don't know, that seems like too much effort. Why did that not play your whole dono?
Bad news, VG.
The issue here, what's the excuse? Also, you real as fuck for doing this impression.
To go back to eating animal products? Have I experienced the benefits after introducing animal foods? Yes.
Yeah, thanks for the donation, dude.
Every morning, Godar's Malai opens dozens of envelopes containing ticks mailed by bite victims. Malai is an entomologist on the lookout for longhorn ticks, an invasive species that, unlike other ticks, can reproduce itself through cloning. The tick is present in at least 21 states and is rapidly spreading across the eastern U.S.
Here is a female longhorn tick. As you can see, the body is reddish brown.
Scientists in Malai's lab at the Connecticut Agricultural Experiment Station have identified an emerging bacteria in the longhorn tick for the first time. The pathogen can lead to ehrlichiosis, a tick-borne disease that causes symptoms such as fever, severe headaches, rash, and potentially death. Climate change, which is creating warmer and wetter conditions around the globe, is influencing how longhorn ticks transmit ehrlichiosis in places like Connecticut.
Because of climate change, we are having shorter winter months, and as a result, this tick doesn't need to do that much dormancy. It is active almost all year round, except for a few months.
So that means you're more likely to get bit. If you're bit, it's more likely to feed, and if it feeds, it's more likely to reproduce.
Correct.
I do not like ticks. Not a fan of bugs in general, but ticks are pretty gross. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
A report about a domestic disturbance at an apartment. Upon reaching the location, the officer started investigating to understand the situation and ensure everyone's safety. Domestic disturbances can be sensitive and risky situations, so it's crucial for law enforcement to act quickly and cautiously to calm things down and resolve conflicts peacefully.
You're fucking laying down so the blood does come out, and it doesn't fucking work. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to not do.
Hello.
Hi.
We got a call for a noise complaint, and we can hear you guys talking about blood, so we're here.
I mean, blood is normal, but...
Okay, we just need to check on everybody because it's all over your pants.
I mean, yeah, but...
Upon arriving at the scene, the officer immediately heard loud voices suggesting a...
What was Frank's eye surgery actually supposed to do? Are there any photos around from other people that show the before and after of a successful cosmetic version of that surgery?
I've only ever seen that surgery performed on people who have, like, Graves' disease, I think it's called, where your eyes bulge out of your head. It's, like, for people with thyroid issues, basically, who end up getting weird cosmetic issues from their eyes bulging out. I've never seen anybody get that procedure just because. So, I don't know how Frank was able to convince that doctor to do it for him. It seems like something that's highly fucking unusual for somebody who doesn't have Graves' disease. So... yeah. He did it just for cosmetic reasons. He thought it would just make him look better. I don't know exactly what idea he had, but thanks for the donation, Potato Chip Disaster.
And the conservatives will do nothing about it when the next pandemic hits.
Yeah, probably not. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Fight outside the flat, hinting at a potentially...
Not that I can mostly remember most of it, but most of it was more that he was looking at more like of other family.
Alright, well, fire department's coming. What's going on?
Just arguing.
Okay.
And it's obviously not okay because it turned into something
Alright, for right now,
I know.
because there's a knife involved,
I know.
you can face me. What's going on? He's looking at something on Instagram or
Yes.
Facebook or something?
He was asking for his key back, which we're moving in together anyways. And I'm like, no.
Did you say anything?
Actually, more of a like, see.
If you need anything, you got my stuff. We'll do. Right.
See you later, man.
Alright.
and chose
Talking about.
Why in the fuck would you send me this? Nothing happened, and it is outrageously fucking boring. Like, do you... Like, it's 30 fucking minutes, by the way. What are your people's fucking problems? Like, a 30-minute video is going to take, like, at least 40 fucking minutes to get through if we actually watch it. Why in the loving mother of fuck would you send me this? What are you fucking thinking?
Is that it's such a sort of ubiquitous molecule and neurotransmitter in the brain and what it does, and then it reflects on mitochondrial function.
What's your thoughts on Anavar? Taking oral steroids is kind of pointless and stupid because you can take injectable drugs that are safer, have less health issues. So Anavar is relatively liver safe.
Who needs eugenics when you can just engineer a man-made pandemic to wipe out all the stupids? Huh?
Well, the disease isn't necessarily discriminating enough. Thanks for the donation, though, Will Mage. Like, Anavar is relatively liver safe compared to other orals, but it's still going to cause liver damage, and it's going to fuck up your lipids, your lipid profile, more than injectable drugs. So you can't really stay on it long term. Whereas testosterone, you can just stay on. Like, it does have benefits for, like, nervous system efficiency and shit, but again, you can take safer drugs. Like, Masteron is going to give you a similar effect. It's also a DHT derivative, but it's not going to cause liver damage.
It reflects on your sympathetic and parasympathetic balance, which I think is the big part here, Dr. Gundry, which is that so many of us, as I said, are living in that sort of hustle culture that we don't realize that it's actually when we relax and rest, that when we heal, we detox. And if you're somebody who likes to perform, actually your GABA levels actually go up too. And so then that's why you feel better after a meal. Is
Never mind.
National White Fitness asks if Masteron was a woman, would you marry it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Masteron doesn't say no.
Hayden Sandquist asks, would Masteron E cause less metabolites than P? I'm assuming since Primo, hence why people go bald from P.
It's not less metabolites, but the metabolite from Primo is the AI. And whenever you stop aromatase, you're going to drive the flow towards 5-alpha reductase. You're going to get more DHT out of the test. If a cup has 2 holes and you plug one of the holes, the flow out the other hole is going to speed up.
This is whatever. I'll ask it anyways. The real Meoff asks recommended dosing for a test mass Anavar stack. This is definitely going to depend per person.
Yeah, it's like 20 to 40 milligrams of test a day, probably 25 milligrams of Anavar pre-lift sublingual, and all the rest of your gear load should come from MAST, whatever that needs to be.
Okay. I know this is kind of something you've discussed a fuck ton, but Yoseba is an awesome dude, and he's a fan of this pod and RBP. And he asks, what reason do you prefer MAST over other PEDs like Primo or NPP?
Primo's an AI, and it's weak as fuck. It's 60 to 80% the transcription of testosterone, whereas MAST is 80 to 120% the transcription of testosterone. So transcription of DNA into protein, which is what you're looking for, is how much protein are you getting milligram per milligram. And then NPP, that's about 60 to 70%. So basically MAST can be up to twice as strong as Primo and Nandrolone and has almost no side effects at all. With the amount of drugs, with the amount of Primo you'd have to take to be equivalent to Masteron, it would drive up the DHT conversion from your test so high that extra DHT would cause the HDL suppression that the Masteron causes anyway. And then because the nandrolones have a progestational effect, it causes gyno in most people. If you've got no nipples, fuck it, rock the nandrolone. But in most people, there's going to have some real consequences from using nandrolone.
Yay, Peter Yanowski asks, nothing to ask that y'all won't already be discussing. Very excited about this collab, though.
Oh, cool.
Yay. Christine Santino asks, how do you rotate your injection sites when doing daily injections?
Middle delt, rear delt, lateral tricep.
I love the rear
long-headed tricep. That's 4 sites on one
Tricep.
arm. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
4 sets on one arm, 4 sites on one arm, 4 sites on the other arm. So you got 8 sites. If you want to, you can use lats. I never do quads.
Yeah. Just want to say this for the pod, but I believe that everyone has different sites that are best for them. Like you hear some people that just can't inject their lats and they get nerve damage. Some people can inject their lats fine. I've been able to inject my lats for a while fine. Some people don't inject their glutes and they have issues with maintaining their striations. Some people don't have that problem. Yeah, I think you just got to kind of figure it out for yourself. Rest.
Is it normal to be weaker for my next workout even if I recover properly? It'd be normal if you're not eating well, not sleeping well, you're highly stressed, or you're not getting good training in. Like, what do you think training is supposed to do? So when you train, you make an adaptation to the training and you get bigger and stronger. So if you're getting weaker from workout to workout, you're doing something wrong, clearly. So no, it's not normal. There's some sort of problem there where, again, you may not be eating well, you may not be training well, you may not be sleeping well. Could have some kind of health problem. I had a friend of mine who had low testosterone, and he had issues with making adaptations from session to session. So, but yeah, I mean, if you're training well, then you should be getting stronger session to session, not weaker. That's the whole point of training, to get stronger.
Holy shit, Pierre Poilievre just won the by-election in Alberta. Are you happy for him?
Oh my god. Oh, that is fucking ridiculous. Well, what did everyone think was gonna fucking happen? Like, why? This was so stupid. I do not understand why so many, like, this fucking dumb shit where there's, like, this campaign to try to sabotage him. Like, look at the amount of independents run it. Like, no one's gonna vote for them, for one thing. And I don't know who these fucking crazy people are who hate Poilievre so much. Like, he's not my ideal candidate pick. Like, he's not fucking the next Superman, but he's not that bad. He's better than fucking Justin Trudeau. And I'd say in a lot of ways he's better than fucking Carney. But yeah, I guess that's good. It's kind of funny what happened. Like, he was literally about to become the next prime minister, and then he has to go to, like, some fucking garbage out at middle of nowhere district. Thanks for the donation, RV. Dodo, donate $2. Do you think David Goggins is motivating? Yeah, like, I mean, I'm sure he has motivated a lot of people to improve themselves and, you know, start working out and, like, actually do something with their lives. I think his story is inspirational. It's just that some of the stupid shit he does is, like, just downright fucking retarded, you know? Like, running for so hard and so long that he gave himself rhabdomyolysis. Like, is there a fucking particular reason why you have to like nearly kill yourself for no reason. So that sort of shit is stupid, but like the idea that the guy had, you know, a cognitive disability, he had some sort of learning disability, grew up in a really shitty situation, not a great family, and he was like this fat, sort of unmotivated dude, and he just turned his life around. I think that is, you know, a good story that can help uplift people. But thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Restless 1982 asks BP Meds if Telmisartan doesn't get the job done.
I think you got to fix the real problem. Why do you have high blood pressure? It's probably because you're using too much test.
Yeah.
It's a cycle design. If you don't have blood pressure problems when you're off cycle and you do when you're on cycle, then the problem's your cycle. Not finding the right med.
Cycle and lifestyle, I would say.
Right. Well, I mean, if
React to this VG.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman in New York, joined by Democracy Now!'s Juan Gonzalez in Chicago. Hi, Juan.
Hi, Amy, and welcome to all of our listeners and viewers across the country and around the world.
Well, of our era.
This lady is just a dumb bitch.
Children's entertainers on YouTube. Much like Mr. Rogers before her, Ms. Rachel has not shied away from speaking out about injustice. And children on her show. So now we're going to go back to that video we just played of Ms. Rachel singing with Rahaf, a 3-year-old girl from Gaza who lost her legs in an Israeli airstrike.
She's absolutely delightful.
Biba's family.
This is what you call hardcore grifting. So, yeah, that's great. It's kind of interesting that she never considered going to Israel and meeting with any Jewish children that ended up getting shot or maimed or whatever after the October 7th massacre, but, you know, they're Jews, so, you know, that's just supposed to happen. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Right. I mean, if they're eating chili cheese fries and Big Macs, then that's probably going to be
not
the
doing
problem.
cardio or anything too. Yeah. Negative Jack asks, when getting blood work, what should you do before to get accurate results?
Drink a gallon of water.
Okay.
And then the estrogens, usually I keep it high enough to we're getting a lot of IGF-1 conversion. So I want to have them at least at 1,500 ng per DL test, and I want them at least 300 IGF-1.
On average, what estrogen and GH do you normally have them at?
Probably 40 to 50 estrogen and probably like 2 IU of GH.
Okay.
As little as that much, 20 milligrams a day of test and 2 IU of GH will get them to 1,500. With 71 DHT, 70 DHT, 1,500 test, 40 estradiol, 300 IGF-1. To me, that's you've graduated first grade and you're now ready for anabolics. There's no reason to use more of that shit if you're there.
Do you find any of them have any issues with, I guess, their estrogen that high at 40?
No, because it's divide 1,500 by 40. It's almost a 40 to 1 ratio. It's like 37.5 to 1 or something like that.
What about individuals that just tend to be more prone to gynecomastia?
If they're that overweight, they shouldn't be using steroids. They should be on a fat loss diet. So I would basically, in that case, run them lower on test, run them high, replace it with Masteron.
Like, what do you mean replace it with Masteron?
So if I would run 10 milligrams of test a day and 10 milligrams of Masteron a day, then they would get half the estrogen. Same anabolic load.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if somebody wanted, if we're talking about like you want to get.
I have a 10 ml vial of Masteron. I'm gonna wait for I'm gonna wait at least another like month and a half before I consider taking it. I want to get my blood work done while I'm on the test dose and GH I'm on right now. see where my test is at and everything, and just so I have like at least some form of reference for like where my lipids and blood pressure and like all that other crap is before I start adding in any other anabolics, just so I know what the Masteron itself is doing. But I might even wait longer. Like, it looks like I'll be able to make gains just fine with the test dose I'm on and the growth hormone. So I might hold off for a while before trying out Masteron, but we'll see.
Draw the meeting at the White House with the following heads of state: Starmer, Macron, Trump, Maloney, Mertz, Rutte, Zelensky, Stubb, Lyon, J.D. Vance is in the background. Reference.
I really don't want to do that. I guess I'll do it just for you, but thanks for the donation, Supreme Jewish Commander. Dodo donated $2.
I call it artificial intelligence. I call it Alibaba intelligence.
Yeah. Might end up being true. You never know.
It's so difficult to predict the future. 99.99% of the predictions that human being had in the history about the future, all wrong.
Including that one?
Oh yeah. Only, the 0.00% of the prediction are right. They're right because by accident.
Can you explain how you calculated your latest round of tariffs? Was there a formula that was used? And do you expect any of these countries to face tariffs as well?
The formula was a formula based on common sense, based on deficits, based on how we've been treated over the years, and based on raw numbers. And we're going to have a couple of more coming out today. Brazil, as an example, has been not good to us, not good at all. We're going to be releasing a Brazil number, I think, later on this afternoon or tomorrow morning. But they're based on very substantial facts and also past history. You look at the past history, we never had anybody in the White House that understood the numbers or were into it like I have.
Can you
Yeah, Trump's pretty stupid.
You were so mean for stealing the bees' honey. At least that's what people keep saying. It must seem like they do all this hard work and then we just take it away. But there's more to this story. In nature, bees often build their hives in hollow trees. There, they have safety, privacy, and room to grow. Once they outgrow their space, they split up by swarming. In nature, bees tend to have to fight off many pests, diseases, and infestations. Their tree has a capped amount of space, and old comb will sit, get really dark, and become unusable. As a beekeeper, I can help to prevent and treat many of these issues. I assist in pest management and prevention. I remove old comb that is unusable and like
whenever anybody says this, they're full of shit. Honeybees are not wild. They're a domesticated species. So wild bees are not the same species of bee that, we make honey from. And, you're bringing these animals into existence. Like when you say, oh, well, we're giving them a better life, you're not finding bees out in the wild and then having them make their nest somewhere else. You're just breeding them into existence. So this whole, oh, well, I'm helping the bees. Well, you're not. You're breeding them.
likely to foster future diseases. And lastly, I can expand or contract their living space. If they need more room to grow, I can allow them to do so. But if they're overburdened, I can shrink their home and make it more manageable. Through this process, they can build massive hives with so much excess honey that they'll never go through it all. I can then take those honey frames and give them to another hive if they're struggling and in need of more food, or I can harvest them for myself. It all comes down to working with the bees, not just stealing. And of course, beekeepers only ever take excess. We are always mindful to leave ample food reserves for the bees.
That's not true. They'll literally just feed bees sugar water. I like bees. Bees are really cool. I had a bee land on my jacket. Where's the video? I uploaded the reel. There it is. Yeah, I had a bee land on my motorcycle jacket. Took a video of it. That's a bee. I like the little bee. Look how fuzzy he is. That's a nice little fuzzy bee. Bees are nice and fuzzy. I really like bumblebees. Bumblebees are so cute. Haven't seen any bumblebees this year. Well, yeah, honey's fucking terrible for you too. It's just a really, really bad form of sugar.
Can you
rots your fucking teeth like crazy.
Піднімаю вище, занижаю кулі. Давай, скоро небо може бути грязне. Время. Є два кабачка.
Yeah, is that a machine? Whoa. That looks like that's a machine. Oh no, wait. Is that a dude firing? The spotter's reloading for him?
Время.
Huh. 4-kilometer shot is, fucking crazy. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
If the dead can in fact see things from the afterlife, then Mr. Rogers is rolling in his fucking grave because of the woman being compared to him.
Maybe. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Supreme Jewish Commander donated $2. I know you don't want to do that. That is why I'm asking you to do it. It says draw anything, don't scam. If you scam, I will deduct it from your next Mossad paycheck, and I will recommend to drop you. Alright. Thanks for the donation, Supreme Jewish Commander.
Why the fuck are drawings only $5? Change that to $25 or I'll start spamming drawings and ruin all the streams until you change it to $25. I'll make sure the drawings are boring and take forever. If you refuse to draw, I'll get CDG and the boys to take your...
I am so fucking tired today. Oh my god, you have no idea. I also can't stop being horny, but... Dude, I had to deal with such fucking horseshit today. I was on the phone for like 3 hours with a customer service agent, and they still weren't able to fucking help me fix some stupid fucking problem I had. I'm just fucking exhausted. I'm pretty convinced at this point I have ADHD. I just fucking can't, man. You know, like, I just want to look at butts.
Agreed. VG plus bees are one of the few insects that are sentient and are highly intelligent and even know how to use tools.
Yeah, bees are pretty smart. Look at this little bumblebee. Look how round and chunky bumblebees are. I love bumblebees. They're so round and cute and fuzzy. I want to pet a bumblebee. Wish there were more bumblebees around here. Bumblebees are nice. So round. So big and fuzzy. They're really cute. I like bumblebees. They're good. Bumblebees are nice. Those are nice bees. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
To be fair, there are some people that collect honey from wild bees, like even killer bees, for example. I'm not fucking kidding.
Oh boy, starting to get swarmed. Holy.
Yeah, I know there's, I know there's the, you know, Africanized bee. There's a lot of different species of bees. I think there's only, like, 2 species that actually have stingers. It's a really, really small... It's like 2 or 3. But there's like 100 fucking different species of bee, and only 2 or 3 of them have stingers, something like that. I know there's some wild bees in South America that make that hallucinogenic or psychedelic honey, where people have to scale, you know, cliff walls to get it. I know there's like the Africanized honeybee. They're technically still a domesticated species. They're crossbred with another another type of bee, so they're still technically the same thing. I know the Hadza in Africa, they get honey from bees that don't have stingers. But thanks for the donation, Dodo. Supreme Jewish Commander donated $2. Alright, I will let it slide. Just skip it. Pretty scammy, though. Dude, I mean, like, it's just fucking ridiculous, man. Like, could you just, like, at least limit the drawing requests to, like, maybe, you know, 3, 4... kind of human characters? Like, it's just kind of nuts what you're asking. Thanks for the donation, though, dude.
I want a butt on my face. Why is life so unfair?
I love butts. I think girls' butts just smell so nice. They're great. Thanks for the donation, Ben Boy. Dodo, donate $2. What game are we playing tonight? When are we ever gonna get back into some story games? Well, Battletoads is a story game. What do you mean? Probably gonna play Battletoads.
We need a president who kills terrorists, not negotiates with them.
Yeah. Well, what's funny, Donald Trump negotiated with the fucking Taliban. Like, even ignoring the Putin thing. It's fucking stupid.
Square avatar of a fictitious female alternative / indie singer and a name for her.
Wow, Sadie Winters.
Sadie Winters, okay. The song is about walking away from someone who never...
It's a shame most species are either endangered or even extinct thanks to climate change.
Yeah, hopefully we can do something to help the bees. Fix audio. To help the bees. Fix audio to drop you. The fuck are you talking about?
Greed VG plus bees are one of the few insects that are...
My audio's fine. Are you fucking retarded? Cutting in and out. I'm literally listening to my own stream right now. Are you just fucking with me? My audio's fine. Are you fucking retarded? Cutting in and out. I'm literally listening to my own stream right now. Are you just fucking with me? Eat shit. Eat shit, you fucking cocksucker.
Never really saw her worth. She's just going to create the song lyrics.
Wait, how many seconds was that?
That was like about 4 seconds. Oh my God.
Did you even read any of these, or you don't care?
I don't care. Put my lyrics in.
The lyrics that happen in 4 seconds.
Yes. And then hit create. Let's listen.
This is the world premiere. She's a good singer.
Good singer.
Yep. AI. Wait, is that we already saw that. The JD Vance memes are pretty funny. I like how nobody likes this jackass. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Get some muscle and you're not growing, which is never the case. Everybody who does the training I give them and the diet I give them, and even on that little ass doses of test and GH, they will grow and up until their genetic limit. Once they hit their genetic limit, now 10 milligrams of DHB a day is usually enough to push them beyond that for a while, 6 months to a year. Then 20 milligrams of DHB a day. By that point, if their liver's handling it, they could go up to 30. But if their liver's not handling it, then that's when we institute Masteron. Because DHB is 3 times more anabolic than Masteron or Test. Masteron and Test are about equal. DHB is a whole league of its own.
Yeah.
Trend's above DHB, but Trend comes with a myriad of side effects. DHB's
It's a
only
lot more
side
harsh.
effects is just liver.
Liver, yeah.
Whereas Masteron and
Trend's a tough
Anavar, their side effects tend to be cholesterol.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, bro.
Dude, are you?
It comes with a myriad of side effects.
Right,
DHB's
it's a
only
lot more.
side.
Yeah. Hopefully we can do something to help the bees. Fix audio. Shit.
Any of these, or you don't care.
I don't care. Put my lyrics in.
The lyrics that happen in 4 seconds.
Yes. And then hit create. Let's listen.
This is the world premiere. She's a good singer.
Good singer.
Yep. AI. Wait, is that we already saw that. The JD Vance memes are pretty funny. I like how nobody likes this jackass. Thanks for the donation. Okay. Who fucking said that stupid shit? Bye. Who else fucking said some stupid shit about the fucking audio?
Started me at like the highest of the normal standard dose, like off the bat, which was fun.
You're with P-Tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope this is okay that I'm talking about this, man.
He's in Italy. Doesn't matter.
I fucking love him, bro. He's such a good coach. But especially when it comes to like the client coach relationship, you know what I mean? But
it takes 6 weeks to hit steady state concentration with DHB anyway. So even
takes how many weeks?
6.
Mm-hmm.
DHB is slower. So, you know, you go get your GGT done and maybe ferritin and watch my podcast with Dean where he talks about the other ways of determining liver damage with ferritin and whatnot. It's pretty technical.
Cool.
But I just usually, up until that conversation with Dean, I just check the GGT.
Okay.
And then if your GGT is high, you can stay on the DHB if you blast glutathione.
Yeah.
Now, he would say that's a Band-Aid, but you're not going to be on DHB for that much longer anyway.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, guys. So while I was looking at the YouTube analytics, I actually saw that you got bigger and sponsored. Or the company, I'll give you a other is just something that I think I want to say. So
Dodo Donatillers don't know what moron said that about the audio VG. You have a better mic than most YouTubers. Occasionally, there's just fucking jackasses who like to come by and say fucking retarded shit. There's something wrong with your audio. Why is there a black screen? Ugh. And then I check my fucking settings and crap. Everything's fucking fine. And then they just waste my fucking time. So, like, if they're not just flat out lying to me just to fucking annoy me and piss me the fuck off and waste my fucking time and look at my fucking settings and shit, then it's something on their fucking end, and I'm sick of them fucking just typing in the fucking chat rather than just reloading their fucking browser or something. Like, if there really was a fucking problem, you'd probably see more people fucking complaining about it, right? So, yeah, I just muted them for a little bit. They have a 30-minute timeout. I don't want to fucking hear it anymore. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Oh, I think from the conversations that you and Dean have had with me, I think it's safe to tell people this is why it's kind of very difficult for you to assume that somebody is maybe lying about their dose, or someone should be running it higher, or someone should be running it lower. You kind of just don't know how they respond, right? This is something you have to figure out for yourself. It's like playing a game of darts and then seeing the result and then going back to the draw board over again. And I'd say, just in my opinion, why running doses just too low isn't optimal. I mean, it's good to start off if you're just beginning, right? And then you titrate it up slowly, so then that way you can see where you're landing. But if you've been running it low for so long, obviously you could be maximizing your potential by running a higher amount of dose. But
Maybe. Because let's say you start pushing it out of the green and into the yellow, then your body's going to start fighting back. You're going to have long-term inflammation.
Dodo, donate $2. Can you react from 752 on? He's kind of a beast like you.
This guy deserves a 100-mile belt buckle right here.
Okay, he ran. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
And eventually you'll have to come off. But if you keep it in the green, you can stay there forever.
Yeah.
So it's the tortoise, not the hare. The whole idea of cycling is drug addict thinking. That you're going to do, I'm going to blast for 12 weeks, then I'm going to let my organs rest for 4 weeks. And I'm going to blast for 12 weeks and let my organs rest for 4 weeks.
why not just try to maintain good organ health the entire time?
Run it half as much as you would in a blast and stay there for years. As long as the blood works fine, you're fine.
Yeah.
People think, well, that's just not healthy. I'm like, why the fuck isn't it? Well,
yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
I saw it on the internet. And it's like, well, by who? A bald priest? Yeah. And it's like, I don't give a fuck what they say.
Right. Doing it blindly is what normally tends to be unhealthy.
Right.
It's normally like, I'm not trying to put anyone on blast, but you and I know specific people that have gone through this and probably passed away. People who purposely just did not want to do their scans, didn't want to.
Rage games I meet poop 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 LLLL.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks for the donation, non-wib.
To do their blood work, they just avoided it. And if you ask them personally, they would still just avoid it.
But also those same people, they ain't coming to me and having me read their blood work. They're going to some fat fuck primary care doctor that takes insurance. And then that guy's like, yeah, you're going to die. You got to quit steroids. So then they just don't go.
Yeah.
So like the way you know a doctor sucks is he takes insurance.
What?
Because let me ask you this.
What?
Let's say you wanted to get someone to build you a deck. And one guy's like, I'll work for 30% of what I charge. Would that person be the one you want to hire? With the one with self-esteem so low that he only takes 30 cents on the dollar? What about 8 cents on the dollar? That's what insurance pays. Insurance pays 30 to 8 cents on the dollar. That's why the bills are so high. They're billing people $300 because they're only going to get 100 to 80, maybe even $24. They suck at their jobs. Because by working for an insurance company, the insurance company feeds you patients. They don't have the ability to actually be worth word of mouth. They don't have the ability to actually get on a podcast and talk about what they're doing and actually pull in their own business. They're just some slub who basically...
Boopity Bop donated $3. Let me see. Oh. goodness. Oh, wow. That's a good otter. I think that's AI.
That tiny fuzzy little thing you're holding? Nope, it's not a kiwi, it's a baby otter. When they're first born, baby otters are basically little fur balls covered in fine downy hair. They're so tiny and fragile, they can't even open their eyes yet. At this stage, they mostly just snuggle up to their moms, staying cozy and safe. But give it about 3 weeks, and those little eyes pop open, their fur gets a bit darker, and they start getting a lot more curious about the world. And trust me, they're not exactly graceful at this stage, more like wobbly little puppies figuring out their legs. One thing baby otters absolutely love at this age, biting fingers. Yep, they're just like human babies with their little oral fixation phase. Everything goes in the mouth. Honestly, it's the perfect time for some human-otter bonding. Then as they hit their teen phase, things get wild. Now they're bouncing off the walls, trying to connect with the world in every chaotic way possible. They'll juggle pebbles, paw at their bellies like they're the world's smallest drummers, and beg for food without a hint of shame. And when they hit the water, oh boy, prepare to be blown away by their underwater dance moves. It's like a little otter ballet. They might not admit it, but they totally know they're adorable.
Otters are cool.
That tiny fuzzy little thing you're holding? Nope.
Crap.
That tiny
Fuck. Yogurt's disgusting. I remember those. Yes, that, those are things from that time period. Thanks for the donation, Boopity Bop.
Your audio isn't working, 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 your...
Well, that's too fucking bad. Thanks for the donation, audio not working.
Basically sits by a trough and waits for slop to get poured in there.
Am I gonna play Metal Gear Solid 2 someday? Probably not. I'm not particularly interested in playing Metal Gear Solid 2. The story is interesting, but the gameplay doesn't look great to me. So, you know.
Trough and they gobble it up. So that's how the normal healthcare system is set up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way that people get insurance is because the medication and the doctor bills are so high, you can't survive without the insurance. So everyone buys it out of fear of something going to happen. And then the insurance company just doesn't even pay. And you just get stuck with these bills that are 3 times what they would have been. If people just hired a good doctor and negotiated a price and paid the doctor, and then he...
Dodo donate $2 watch full. Let me see. Okay, I get it. Indians are fucking disgusting. They put their feet and shit in their food and sell it. I get it, okay. I'm not...
Honking is ridiculous.
I'm not watching that whole thing, like, especially with the fucking audio. But yeah, I get it. Indians are disgusting, and they don't know how to fucking make food clean. Ugh. Yeah, dude, I swear, I'm just tired from having to be on the phone for 3 hours and trying to figure out some like stupid fucking thing with my bank account.
Good evening, Richard. How long will it be before you are squatting and deadlifting 800 liters BS? Yeah, buddy. Let's go, Richard. Got to dig deep. Lightweight 7,777,777,777.
I'm going to end up investing in a leg press and a hack squat machine. I don't really want to have to bother with squats. I just with my knee problems, it's sort of problematic. Deadlift, yeah. I'll end up, investing time into building up my deadlift, but I'm kind of coming to terms with the idea that I don't think it's worth trying to really build my squat up to super heavy. Just with my height and proportions and knee problems that I have, it's not the best kind of movement for me when it comes to quad development. So, yeah. But thanks for the donation, Rusty Shackelford.
That 80/90S1 wasn't supposed to be on there, but I too remember those pencil things and seeing them on the fucking floor. Wasteful times. See anything new lately? I wanna see weapons.
I also want to see weapons, but I also don't want to have to go to a movie theater. So I'm going to wait for Weapons to come out on streaming, and then I'll watch it on streaming, but apparently Weapons is really good. I haven't seen anything new that's good. So yeah, I can't recommend anything. Pretty much everything new sucks. I just look at butts. Thanks for the donation, Boopity Bop. No, I did not see the latest Captain America movie. Captain America sucks dick. Fucking Marvel movies are just terrible. That guy, Anthony Mackie, is a bitch. Like, gay, retarded bitch. I don't want to watch anything with Anthony Mackie in it. It's just a fucking dumbass. Dodo donated $2. Let me see.
This is a fried sticky rice ball from Vietnam, and it's one of the coolest street foods I've ever seen. It's made by adding some soft sticky rice into hot oil, and then breaking the sticky rice up into a bunch of small pieces where it's then mixed around for several minutes. Eventually, it's shaped back together into a ball and pressed to make sure everything's holding together. And then all of a sudden, almost like magic, it begins to bubble and then puffs all the way up into a perfect ball. It's transferred onto a plate where they carefully press it down and cut it using a pair of scissors into a bunch of small tortilla chip-sized pieces. It tastes like crispy mochi. This is a...
That looks nice. Did he wash his hands?
This trouble is big for the heart. Desires are still stubborn.
I mean, probably not. Indian food is pretty dope. I'm glad this is just AI, but if it were real, we should nuke China. I mean, the real thing isn't even that far off. Yeah, China is disgusting. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Does his job, they'd be healthy.
Yeah, I've seen Pain and Gain with Mark Wahlberg. That was an alright movie.
Pay less money than they would to the insurance companies.
Fix your audio rage gains. It's cutting in and out. Also stop timing people out, you dumb faggot. I literally paid you thousands of dollars in donos and this is how you repay me. I hope your audio stops working forever and no one watches your streams. BC of it.
Well, you're just gonna have to deal with that. Thanks for the donation, though. Richard is gay.
There was a time in this country, a long time ago, when reading wasn't just for fags and neither was writing. People wrote books and movies that had stories so you cared whose ass it was and why it was farting, and I believe that time can come again.
Yeah, everything's kind of made pretty boring these days. Like, you know, there's the odd thing that comes out that's good. But, yeah, movies have been pretty boring and unwatchable lately. Remember when, like, especially in the 80s and 90s, there were just so many fucking bangers just all the fucking time. But, yeah, now it's just fucking mass-produced slop for idiots. Thanks for the donation, though, non-wib.
The whole system's corrupt, and the doctors suck ass that work in it.
I would say my little devil's advocate position to that is I would say that it's very likely that that probably is true for most. And I definitely wouldn't be surprised if it was. But there are rare occurrences where you can find a doctor, and it's not easy because no one, you know. But I, for example, was able to find a good doctor that, bro, like, gets what I'm doing.
Okay, cool.
He's had dudes that have taken gear, you know. And it's like he and I can come to a discussion about these things. Kind of just
That's
like
awesome.
on the podcast, which is cool.
Is he younger than 40?
Yes.
That's probably why.
It's probably why.
So the people have this idea that the older the doctors, the better they are. It's like, fuck no. That the medicine changes, and those fuckers are stuck in the past. The boomer doctors, they're not worth their weight in shit. You got to go with someone who's brand new and open-minded enough who can actually use ChatGPT and look shit up. There's other.
Will you watch James Cameron's Hiroshima movie? Knowing James Cameron, it's probably gonna be fucking stupid. James Cameron is a little bit of a bitch, so I have a funny feeling he's gonna have a bitch take on Hiroshima. But, so yeah, no. If he makes a new Terminator film or Alien movie or something good, I'll watch it, but, Avatar sucks. That last Avatar movie was not good. Just about everything is not good. The only movies that are coming out that are good are lower budget movies that are kind of more niche. And, you know, that's the only thing that's coming out that's good. These big, you know, Hollywood produced movies, they're all terrible. Like they're so bad too. So bad, they're just not worth it. Even if you're bored, they're just not worth it.
Remember, for future reference, when I say new, I mean new to you. Do you recommend Code Geass? Have you seen Blue Eye Samurai, Solo Leveling, or the movie The Invitation, 2015? It was bad but kinda cool with the end.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you meant. I meant I haven't seen anything new that I liked, like new to me. Code Geass was really good. It's a lot like Death Note, only more anime-ish and less dark. There's some weird things with the story and like some strange anime tropes that kind of throw off the tone, but it's still really good. Have not seen Blue Samurai, have not seen Solo Leveling, and I have not seen the movie The Invitation. But yeah, I haven't really seen anything new that I liked. I saw the movie The Gorge. It was kind of interesting, but like shitty ending, just stupid. I didn't like the romance subplot, and that was just a stupid ending. Thanks for the donation though, Boopity Bop. Jurassic Park was nice. I hate Chris Pratt. Is Chris Pratt in the new one? I literally can't stand Chris Pratt. I fucking hate the guy. That's the reason why I haven't seen the Mario movie, because Chris Pratt did the voice of Mario. I fucking hate Chris Pratt. Like, just can't fucking stand the guy. Have a deep just hatred and loathing for that jackass. Are you watching the new season of Kaiju N8? I haven't even heard of that one. Come and watch Freakier Friday. Yeah, I don't know. Happy Gilmore 2 came out recently. A lot of people like it. I don't know. I don't know if it's any good.
The ones who just, well, this is what I've always done, so this is what I'm going to do. You don't want to deal with that fucking Mr. Magoo piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
They suck.
Yeah, I heard Peacemaker's good. I might actually bother watching that.
They don't know a goddamn thing about anabolics. It's the most obscure black magic shit in the universe to them. That might as well be demonology. So it's no way. The only way you have a chance with a young doctor who's working in a hospital is if he lifts himself and he's using gear. That would be the only chance. Or, you know, otherwise they're going to be like, what's nandrolone? Is that like testosterone? It's like, I'm done. Do what I say or I'm leaving. It's like, yeah. So the whole thing about they don't want to go get their blood work done because the fuckers don't know how to order the blood work. They order what the insurance companies pay for. And they pay for a CBC, a CMP, maybe a lipid panel. They don't order a GGT for the liver. They don't order a cystatin C for the kidney. The nephrologists don't even know what the fuck a cystatin C is. They don't order an ApoB for cholesterol. So they're not actually looking at the lethal components. They just order the shit that the insurance company covers. And then they tell you, oh, this is high, stop using steroids. Because they don't give a fuck about you. You're just one out of 100 people they got to see that day. So the faster they can, it's called treat them and street them. It's you get them in the door, you get them happy, you give them antibiotics or something so they think that they got something for their copay, and then you send them packing. That's why all these kids are put on antibiotics when they've got a viral infection. Antibiotics don't treat viral infections, but these doctors don't give a fuck about the patient. So they give them something that's going to wipe out their intestinal flora and give them autoimmune disorders because they have nothing to protect against infections. And they've been doing it for 100 years, and they're going to keep doing it. They're not going to stop with the antibiotics for viral infections.
I don't want to directly blame the doctors because I know there's a lot of good doctors out there, and I know while it may be a little more rare, the older the generation of the doctor, for them to be open-minded with some of these things. But I feel like it's a little bit more of just the medical system in general and what's being taught.
But a system's made up of people. So if you're part of an evil, corrupt organization, that makes you evil and corrupt. So let me put it this way. You got a bunch of Nazis, and they're got to go take some people out to a field and shoot them.
Right now.
Yeah, right? It's like, well, I'm just doing what the other Nazis are doing. I'm like, you're shooting innocent people in the back of the head. And it's like, yeah, but it's my job. I'm just following orders. That's how doctors are. They just do whatever the American Medical Association tells them to do. And then their hands are clean of the.
Most doctors are just fucking useless. Most people are just fat retards who don't know how to be adults and like exercise and eat well and shit like that. So, the meds they prescribe for like cholesterol and diabetes and shit, it helps people live a little longer and crap. But outside of that, they really do fucking nothing. If you have any other problems, like they're just not going to be able to help you.
The blood, even though the third leading cause of death in America are doctors. It's heart disease, cancer, iatrogenic causes. Iatrogenic is doctor talk for whoops, we fucked up. So the third leading cause of death is doctors misdiagnosing and overprescribing lethal medications. So to me,
I've heard of that statistic being thrown around. I'm not sure if that's actually accurate. I've seen conflicting things on that, where doctors overprescribe or wrongfully prescribe medications. I'm not sure if that actually is a leading cause of death. Like, it wouldn't surprise me, but I'm really not sure about that. Like, it's also hard to really determine whether or not that is the case, because again, most people are like fat, sick retards, and they need to be on meds because they won't just eat well and exercise. And then it's like, okay, did the meds kill them, or were they going to die anyway? Like, would they have had better health outcomes if they weren't on the meds? Like, I don't know.
The whole system's corrupt, but yes, it's the system, not the doctor, but they're part of the organization. It's like, I didn't shoot anybody in the Hitler's Youth, but I made the bullets. Well, you made the bullets that were going to be used. So it's like the movie Lord of War with Nicolas Cage. He didn't kill anybody. He just supplied both sides of the conflict with ammunition. But every single person killed with a bullet he sold is still dead nonetheless. So every single person who's part of that organization is responsible for the blood on his hands. The only way to fight against it is to actually go out there, learn medicine, and treat people like they're people and try to keep them healthy, not manage disease. In medical school, we're taught you should never try to heal anybody. You should just manage their disease. The hospital makes more money if the sicker they are, the longer. That in medical ethics, we were taught, number 1, don't get sued. Number 2, don't get sued. Number 3, don't get sued.
Oh my God.
And then number 4, if it's convenient, help somebody. I'm not exaggerating.
It's unfortunate because I feel this when I talk to some doctors. Obviously, there's some guys like you, there's some guys like D.
I was talking to a Facebook friend of mine who was going through university to become a doctor, and she was planning on becoming a surgeon. And one of her professors was a surgeon, or is a surgeon. And she was actually having huge second thoughts into becoming a doctor, and in particular becoming a surgeon, because she was talking about, like, you know, work and how much money you make, and the amount of money they have to pay for medical malpractice insurance is fucking insane. Like, half your paycheck is fucking gone just for medical malpractice insurance. So it's like you go through all this fucking education and shit to have half your fucking paycheck wiped away just so you can pay for fucking insurance to do your job. So, like, it's really weird. Like, why wouldn't you just pick a different career that pays as well and you don't have those, like, retarded overhead costs? So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if their main concern is making sure that they don't get sued. And because, yeah, medical malpractice insurance is fucking crazy. You might be making $500,000 a year, but before you even have to pay taxes, you're down $250K because that's how much you're paying for medical malpractice insurance. It's fucking nuts.
And you guys are just open about everything, but I've definitely talked to doctors that are just like, they almost can't even say anything just from fear of getting sued or just from fear of losing their life.
The audio problem was on my end, but I'd why you got so pissed and went on a banning spree. Most of us weren't trying to troll or waste your time. YouTube was just glitching for us, but you let your emotions get the best of you. You should feel ashamed.
I feel no shame. I post pics of my cock and butt on OnlyFans, so I feel no shame for anything. I do look good, though. I look really damn good. I posted some nude photos of myself on OnlyFans. Like, I gotta say, I look fucking good right now. I wish I could, like, show you just how fucking good I look totally naked. Just look like an absolute fucking beast. No hard feelings, dude. Like, look, it's just really fucking annoying, okay? It's just really fucking annoying. And, when I pull up the fucking stream and I check my audio, everything's fine, and I keep hearing it from people, and they keep saying it over and over and over again. Yeah, I'm putting you in a fucking timeout. Just shut up. It's distracting. Part of the reason why this might annoy me so much is I think I may actually have ADHD. But no one got banned. I just put them in a timeout. I was just sick of hearing it. Thanks for the donation, though, Richard Ragebait.
The license. So, it's difficult.
So there was surgery. Supraspinatus.
Yeah, I've eaten quinoa before. Quinoa is nice if you prepare it properly. I don't typically eat it. Like, it's not... It's higher in protein compared to, you know, something like rice. But if you want to get as much protein as possible while minimizing calories, it's not the greatest choice. So you're probably going to want to rely on something like tofu or seitan or some shit, or just protein powder. But it's good for you. Most people think it tastes good, so, you know. And every protein source is a complete protein. That's kind of a myth. Richard, give me the Chromebook. No one is ever getting Chromebooks. I'm going to go to every single Best Buy, Staples, CompuSmart, every single electronic store, and if any of them are selling Chromebooks, I'm going to burn them to the fucking ground, okay? So no one is ever going to get a Chromebook ever again.
Spinatus repair. You know, it's a rotator cuff, supraspinatus. And one doctor who is the head of sports medicine at one of the largest hospitals, I'm shadowing with her and I'm working on these cases with her, right? And she cuts the bicep tendon on every case and doesn't reattach it. She's like, they don't need the bicep for anything. They can supinate their arm with their supinator. They can flex their arm with their brachialis. And I was like, but why not reattach it? She's like, because I could do 5 cases a day if I don't reattach it, but only 4 cases a day if I do reattach it. So it's $5,000 a day for me.
You know what? Like I was talking about this on yesterday's stream, but I completely tore my adductor longus on my left leg. The tendon completely avulsed, and it hurt like fucking hell. Obviously, I had to call an ambulance because I couldn't get up off the ground on my own. They brought me to the hospital. I was waiting in the waiting room for about 2 hours to be seen by a doctor on a stretcher. And then the doctor refused to do any imaging on me, even though I said, buddy, like, I completely tore the muscle. I felt it rip off the bone. I'm going to need some kind of imaging. So part of the bone on, like, around my hip could have gotten ripped off, and then that's going to have to be surgically removed. You're going to want to have imaging done, like, just to see if it's worth reattaching and stuff like that. He refused to do any fucking imaging and like, refused to believe me that I even tore the muscle. He was just like, no, you just pulled it. Like, it didn't tear. You just pulled it. So then I just got sent home with, crutches. And then I had to go to my family doctor to schedule an appointment for imaging because no one in emergency would fucking listen to me. Sure enough, yeah, it completely tore off the bone. I ended up getting an x-ray to just make sure there was no bone that got dislodged. So there was no bone that was dislodged. It was just, the tendon that detached. And there's a massive hematoma in my leg, too. So then my family doctor tried to set up consultations with surgeons to see if I could reattach the muscle. She showed me the conversations that she was having with some of these surgeons. It was fucking baffling. She was just simply asking, can you, like, set up an appointment, for this musculoskeletal tear, adductor longus, see if it can be reattached. They would not answer basic questions. They'd switch topics, keep making up ridiculous excuses, like, to not answer this question. And after, like, 5 or 6 back and forth messages, they finally admitted to her that they don't have the expertise to determine whether or not it's safe or worth it to perform surgery. They've never performed these surgeries before, and they've never dealt with patients that have ever had that kind of musculoskeletal tear. And they finally admitted, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Sorry, I can't help. They will literally waste your fucking time, hours, days, because they don't want to admit they don't know what the fuck they're doing and they don't know how to treat the issue. I had to call my mom, who works at a hospital in Toronto, who knew of a really good general surgeon. And she helped me set up an appointment with him. And the guy had enough expertise where he said, these injuries are fairly uncommon. They happen, but they're typically only seen in field sport athletes like football players. And based on the research that's available, there's not any indication that surgery produces better outcomes for the patient, because high-level professional athletes, after tearing their adductor, they can go back to playing without surgery. And players that do get the surgery, they don't perform any better than players that do have the surgery. So what's the point of having the surgery when it could come with potential risks and you can just do fine without getting the surgery? And he also told me that specific area in the groin, if it's operated on, because there's so many nerves in that area, they could cut a nerve and then you'll never be able to have sensation in your penis ever again. So you won't be able to enjoy sex. So, like, he told me, like, it's possible to reattach it, but it's up to you if you want to reattach it. I'm just telling you, there's not really any good reason to do it, and there's, like, a really serious risk that you have to consider. I had to go through all of that to find, like, one dude who knew what the fuck he was talking about. It's fucking retarded. Like, most doctors are just incompetent fucking morons. And even when they know they don't know something and they could just, like, tell you, I don't know about this, you should probably see, like, this expert, like, this colleague that I know, he might know more. They won't even give you that courtesy. They will, like, lie and deflect and, like, just waste your fucking time until you ask them over and over and over again. Then they'll finally say, I don't know. So yeah, most doctors are just fucking jackasses.
Noah Lyles states down opponent after winning the US championships in the 200 meters and gets shoved for it.
Advantage that Noah just gained here. It's like, okay, I know everybody thinks I'm vulnerable. I know you guys have been watching Kenny Bednarek be undefeated all year. Guess what? I am a three-time world champion for a reason. And yes, Kenny Bednarek got the better of me in Paris. This ain't Paris. That was impressive. And the little look over and the little discussion after is to make sure that he asserts his dominance. Oh, boy.
Yeah, looks like that guy was mad. Yeah, what the fuck? Like, I mean... Yeah, the guy literally tried to whack him for no reason.
Stadium. Oh, boy. I love it.
You know, and almost lost in this 1v1 is that Robert Gregory on the outside joins these two now in Tokyo. NCAA runner-up at TCU back in 2024.
Yeah, like, what a bitch. Like, it's a fucking race. Thanks for the donation, Matthew. Ben Boyd donated $2. It's okay, we forgive you, Richard. And also, sorry for making you angry. From now on, I will try to be more mindful before complaining about stream issues and make sure it's not something fixable on my end first. Yeah, it's no problem, dude. You know, if you can just try, like, maybe restarting, like, just refreshing the browser and see if the problem is still there, then maybe just say, I'm hearing the audio cut out, you know. But, it's all good. No hard feelings. Thanks for the donation, Ben Boy.
This is real life. People think that I'm hyperbolic. I'm not fucking hyperbolic. I'm not a rebel. I'm not interested in tearing down organizations just to tear them down. I will fight against evil if I have the chance. And podcasts are the only opportunity for me to fight against the evil that's the American healthcare system.
That's the Final Fantasy coming out in real life, baby. Let's go. Oh, that was the Berserk sword.
Oh, you're right. Fuck.
Final Fantasy
Well, nonetheless, Guts is full of rage right now.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Yes. It's the baby.
Sephiroth. I'm coming for you.
I unfortunately broke the lights off at a rave.
Limit break.
Get
a freet in here. You got Bahamut in there.
As far as I like the I really like the analogy that you gave about staying in the green. And I think I didn't really describe properly exactly what I was thinking when I was saying why staying too low isn't optimal. If your progress is stalling and you're doing everything right, that's your sign.
Right. So
now
I'll go through that algorithm.
Okay.
It's a big algorithm and it's almost never right. Are you sleeping 8 hours a day? 1. If not, sleep 8 hours a day. If you can't, give up. Grow the fuck up, make it happen.
10 hours.
And then number 2,
no time
are you lifting right? Are you super sore? Are you never sore? If you're slightly sore after body part X for 12 to 24 hours, but you're fully recovered in 48 hours, you can hit it a second time. So you can hit every body part 3 times a week. You're doing good.
So you're a fan of high frequency.
I'm a fan of fucking shit up just the right amount and then fucking it up again 48 hours later.
Yeah, I haven't changed my program around all that much since going on gear. One thing I have noticed is recovery is better. I don't have prolonged soreness like I was before. My legs in particular would stay sore for a more prolonged period of time compared to the rest of my body. And that's gone. Everything's recovering faster. So I might switch to a higher frequency program. Also, I can just train harder. Like just doing more sets, going closer to failure, and I can recover just fine from it. It's not as like fatiguing. Oh, hey Gum Gum.
Yum gum dim sum 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 yum gum dim sum.
Oh. Oh my goodness, who's a handsome kitty? Oh, look who I got. Oh, I got a beautiful Gum Gum. This is my Gum Gum Yum Yum Dim Sum. Well, thanks for the donation, Yum Bum. This is good. Just having a nice, good kitty on me. This is good. Love having a nice, good kitty sitting on me. Oh, it is so nice having a kitty sit on you. Oh, this is so good. Oh, yeah, this is good. Oh, that's so good. Oh my goodness, that's good. Oh, wow, that's good. Oh, yes. Oh, that's good. What a good baby. You know I love you so much, Gum Gum. Oh, he's so nice and soft. You're my fuzzy little handsome man. You're my beautiful little fuzzy boy. He has the most beautiful pink nose. Oh my god, I love him. Yeah, you're my cuddle buddy. We spend all day together, just cuddling. Oh, what a good sweetie. I love my little baby. You're so good. Such a good little baby. Love my little baby. Such a nice, handsome boy. You're so good. Yeah, you're so good. My goodness, she's so good.
Okay.
That's what I'm a fan of.
All right.
Yeah, because it's optimizing for frequency.
Okay.
And then,
gotcha.
yeah, you use enough volume to get the job done. And so if 8 sets is perfect, 9 sets is slightly sore. So if you're not 9 sets, you don't know if you're slightly sore. You don't know if you overdid it. So maybe 8 was perfect. But if you did 8 and you're not sore at all, then fuck, maybe 10 would be perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe you would never know.
Right.
So going a little bit overboard, since according to Ella, Scientific Snitch, the repair process and the growth process are parallel. They're not sequenced. We used to think that you had to be done being sore before growth would occur. That's not true. Growth and repair are parallel. But any repair at all is bad. So you want to have minimal inflammation. But if you have no inflammation, you don't know that you even did enough. So I like to be slightly sore. So if 8's perfect, then I want to be 9 sets. So X plus 1 sets where X is the perfect amount of sets. And I will always recover from X plus 1 in 48 hours and be adapted as well. So that would be optimal. Okay, so if you're doing the sleep, you're doing training, third would be food. Are you at least maintaining your body weight? If you're at least maintaining your body weight, you're eating enough to grow. People are like, oh, you got to be in a surplus. It's like, we can argue about that till we're blue in the face, but muscle grows so fucking slow.
Yeah, I've noticed male cats are definitely more cuddly than female cats. I've had male and female cats, but male cats in general do tend to be more cuddly. Bimo was a pretty cuddly kitty though, and you know, she's a girl. But yeah, the other female cats I've had, they were not nearly as affectionate.
If you were trying to gain a pound a week, then it's almost all fat. There's no way you're gaining 4 pounds of muscle a month. There's no way you're gaining 2 pounds of muscle a month unless you're like 12. Yeah, if you're an adult man, you've been lifting for 10 or 20 years, you're looking at gaining maybe 2 or 3 pounds of muscle a year. So you can forget about it. It's like you gain 1 pound a month, that's plenty. That would be exactly 100 calorie surplus. So if 3,700 calories is perfect, you eat 3,800 calories because you want to gain a little bit of fat for the security of knowing you're doing everything you can. Eating 4,000, 4,500 is not going to help. You've already maximized your return. Helms did some studies on this.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't on gear and steroids. For most of us, we have to use gear and steroids just to break even. So it's like that. It's not the be all end all. Then we get to the last step is, okay, our volume and frequency and intensity are fine. Our sleep is fine. Our calories are at least maintenance. Now, if we're still not getting stronger, we're not adapting, and we're not stale, then we could add in 10 milligrams to 20 milligrams of gear a day. So maybe 10 milligrams of Boldenone a day or 20 milligrams of Masteron a day. That's it. You don't have to use more than that. That little bump is a big change. That would be like adding in 1 set per body part per week. And that way you can keep titrating up for months, maybe years, and your body will never notice. Your body's never going to be like, oh, today we're going to have bad cholesterol. No, it's like if we're eating perfect and you're sleeping and you're training right and your ApoB is a 70, going up 10 milligrams or 20 milligrams a year every month or every 3 months, that is not going to make your ApoB jump up to 134. But there's people I know who like, I'm going to add in a new drug and they add in 400 a week or 300 a week out of the blue. It's like, that's going to fuck you up unless you're like young. And then a lot of these guys, they learn how to do it when they were young. So they keep doing what worked when they were young. And it's like, that's not going to keep working, man. You got to be more conservative. It's just like rep ranges. A lot of guys are like, I can't lift anymore because my knees and my lower back and my elbows hurt. I'm like, well, you started doing power building when you were 14 with 6 reps and you're 42 and you're still doing power building with 6 reps. That's why your shit's all fucked.
I haven't pooped in 10 days. About 777 quintillion 777 quadrillion 777 trillion 777 billion 777 million 777,777 pounds of poop, more or less recycled each year. Do you contribute, Richard?
That's a long time to go without pooping. You might want to poop more often than that. And no, I don't recycle my poop. I just, throw it out in the toilet. Thanks for the donation, Dingleberry. Are you pinning every day? Yep. I'm doing daily injections. I love injecting. I love needles. Every time I wake up in the morning, I'm excited to inject steroids. It's great. Yeah, I love steroids. I just fucking love them, dude. It's kind of funny saying that after being natural for so long, but I fucking love steroids. They're just fucking great. This cat is also great. Fucking love this cat. Cats and steroids. They're my favorite. I just want to pet cats and do steroids. Those are my two main hobbies, steroids and cats. See this cat? This cat doesn't mind that I'm on steroids. He still loves me. He says you can do all the steroids you want and I'll still love you. I just want you to feed me my cat food. When I get hungry, you feed me, human. Do your steroids after you're done feeding me. I am his human. I love this cat. This is such a good cat.
Up. Your minimum reps should go up by like 2 every 5 to 10 years. So by the time you're in your 40s, you should never be doing single digit sets. Every set should be 12 or something or higher reps.
Gotcha.
Because people don't look this, the weight you could do for 6 reps when you're 18, you can do for 15 to 20 when you're 40. It's not like because you're stronger, you're more durable.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, oh, you get more brittle as you get older. It's like, no, you stay the same level of brittleness. You're just way stronger. You're using more weight at the same amount or more reps for 5-6 times the volume per week.
I was with you until you said you don't get more brittle as you get older, though.
You might get more brittle as you get older to an extent, but not the amount that people think.
Okay.
Like between 20 and 40, there's probably not that much brittleness, but it is a fuck ton of strength increase.
Okay.
So let's say when I was 30, I could do a 1 rep max squat of 315.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time I'm 42, I'm doing 500 for 8. That's a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge difference.
I think everyone, by the way, I'm sure you guys already know, but we're definitely making the assumption that you're a bodybuilder that's continuing to gain, because I think there's a lot of people that just don't,
Well, everyone that thinks that once you turn 40, you can't grow anymore. And it's because Fuad says so on his podcast.
Are you sure he says?
He said that your quads don't grow anymore after 40. And then Brandon Curry's like, hold my troponin shake.
How long ago was this?
3-4 years ago.
Okay.
I'm sure he might have changed his mind.
Yeah, I think so.
But here's the thing about the internet.
All the time too.
But here's the thing about the internet. Motherfuckers don't care about when you said it. They watch shit I did 3 years ago, and you're like, you contradict yourself. You say this in this video and this, and it's like, that's a 4-year-old video.
Those people are stupid, though, to be honest.
Fallible. At least get. Then you put them on a drug. Then a month later, you get blood work done, and you see changes on the blood work. And then you remove the drug, and a month later, the changes went back to the way they were before.
Right.
And there was no other changes. That's valid. But in the comment section, nobody ever has any valid information. They have no data. It's 15 to 15 intelligence and maybe like a 6 or edge, 20%.
When is Gum Gum hoping on the gear? Buff family is a happy family, Richard. You know that. Hashtag Gum Gum for president.
I don't think Gum Gum needs any gear. He's already 15 pounds and fucking massive. So I think he's just gonna stay natural because he's already fucking huge and strong and jacked. And a really nice, sweet, cuddly kitty, and I love him. He is so soft and nice. Thanks for the donation though, Buff Gum Gum.
That are false positives. So I disregard all of it.
Okay. Gotcha.
And so like, I don't care if it's 60%, I don't care if it's 40%, I don't care if it's 30%, it all has to be gone. So here's an example. You got a military force, right? And you know that the 15th Division has some traitors in it. You don't know if it's 10%, it's 20%, it's 40% of them are traitors, but you know that there's a leak coming from the 15th Division. So I'm going to use them as a decoy. Get them all. I'm going to sacrifice all of them while I use the main force to show up and hit from the back. I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Somebody had to be decoys, and I might as well use the ones that have traitors. Maybe 90% of those men were loyal. Maybe 10% of them were loyal. But I can't trust that division, so I need to eliminate it from my army. So when people come to me and they say, oh man, Masterin makes my joints hurt, then I always make jokes. It's like, oh, Masterin makes a lot of people's pussies dry because they don't drink enough water. And then what it does is the people that get upset, they know they're the ones that aren't 100% confident that they're right. So they're the ones who clap back. And then the ones who are like, that's...
I haven't talked to Turkey Tom in a while. It's been a few months, I think. So haven't talked to him in a bit.
Pretty funny. A lot of guys are full of shit, but I know for sure I'm hydrated and my joint's still dry. And they don't comment. They're the ones who have the confidence because they know they're right. It's the people that don't have confidence that want to argue, especially screaming into the void in a comment section. So when I've heard so many dumb motherfuckers tell me that Masteron makes their joints dry, that I just ignore it altogether. Now, I've had one person who was super diligent, who had measured his skin. He went on Masteron for a certain amount of time. His skin was really dry. And then he went off of Masteron and then checked it again, and his skin was no longer dry. So he did a crossover controlled study with himself. And maybe the positive predictive value for the rest of the population is irrelevant because the sample size is 1. But for him, it's 100% valid. Masteron really does make his skin dry. And
I've used ashwagandha before, and I can tell you it is not anywhere near as good as steroids. And I don't know why you saying instead of doing harmful steroids. How is testosterone harmful? If you think testosterone's harmful, then why don't you castrate yourself? Like, testosterone is not harmful. Will you have a debate with Jack and Tash on Gaza starvation? I challenged them to a debate, and they're not willing to debate me, dude. So I'd be more than happy to, but they're the ones not willing.
Respect him because he did it right. But I'm not going to assume everyone else does it right because he did it right.
Yeah.
So I have to assume everyone's wrong unless they can prove they're right.
I've been training for over 15 years now, and I was too lazy to track anything training-wise for about the first 10 years because science-based training is for
4 grams of DHEA a day, 2 grams of EPA a day.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the most valuable things you can take.
Totally agree with
citrus
those doses.
bergamot for heart health. Tudka. I don't really know if Tudka is effective for liver, but IV glutathione is for sure. I I take antihistamines. I take a DAO inhibitor and loratadine and cetirizine to control histamine levels because the anabolics are going to drive up histamine to some degree.
I'm on fludrocortisone because I have POTS. Weak estrogenated tranny I feel fatigued and weak. You should dominate me, Bitchard.
Well, I mean, if you have a tight little butthole, why not? Thanks for the donation, non-wib.
Trying to go through vitamin D3, vitamin K2 to protect you from the D3.
Son Goku, donators, growing up, did you ever really have any close friends? Not really. I pretty much didn't. I've just learned to live life solo and pretty much avoid talking to people. Yeah, pretty much the same. I never really had any really close friends. I have a really close friend now that I'm tight with, but yeah, growing up, not really. Thanks for the donation, Son Goku.
D3, calcium, vitamin E. I don't take a B supplement because I eat a lot of meat. Vitamin A, I have a lot of carrots, so I don't necessarily add in vitamin A. I take magnesium, 800 milligrams of magnesium bisglycinate at bedtime to get my magnesium in and help me sleep. Take zinc as well. Stinging nettle, pygneum or something like that. Saw palmetto to control DHT. I also use topical dutasteride, RU48841, and isotretinoin, and a couple other things on my topical with a derma roller to preserve as much hair as possible.
I do the microneedling too.
Yeah. Calcium before bed, because not in the morning because I don't want to interfere with my T4. I take prophylactic T4 to protect against having T3 toxicity if I was to add in T3. I'm in prep right now, so T3 is on board. SLU is on board.
Dude, this sounds like a lot of shit to keep up with. Jesus Christ.
MOTS-C is on board. L-carnitine is on board. Clen is on board. T2 is on board. Wrath was a little too strong for me, so I had to, even though it's mine and I designed it, I don't handle stimulants well, and there's very little in it. It's 22 milligrams per caffeine per capsule, but I just don't take caffeine as a general rule. And I have a topical yohimbine cream I developed that I used to sell, but I don't sell it anymore because people were eating it. So, people think I'm hyperbolic when I say people are retards. I get the sample I'm presented with are the world's dumbest people. So it's like the bodybuilding equivalent of eating Tide Pods or injecting Lysol is eating the topical fat burner cream.
Nigga, donators, how many viewers do you think the top female streamers would get if they had to wear a burqa all stream? 0. The only reason anybody ever watches any female streamer is because of the way they look. Just watch any female streamer. They are unbelievably, remarkably boring.
This dude needs to fix his fucking nose. Just listening to him makes me feel like I need to clear my nose.
Steroids can cause nasal congestion, and I think growth hormone does that too. I think I've experienced that a little bit, but yeah, growth hormone and steroids can cause some nasal congestion. Thanks for the donation though, non-wib. Yeah, so female streamers are unbelievably, remarkably boring. I find most streamers boring, but female streamers are in a whole nother level of fucking boring. They have no opinions on anything. If they're reacting to like any kind of content, all they can do is stare at the screen or giggle or talk about something completely irrelevant. Most of them suck at video games too. Like, they're not good. The way they play isn't even like particularly entertaining. I'm sure there are I'm sure there's one female streamer out there that may be entertaining, but like they're all boring as fuck. The only reason anybody watches women online for entertainment is to have some like weird parasocial relationship with them where like you're imagining them being your girlfriend or to like whack off to their tits. But, like Asmongold, Hassan, like they're boring fucking idiots too, but female streamers are just a whole nother level of fucking boring. So yeah, if they had to wear a burqa, nobody'd watch them, they'd make $0.
I have a confession. I'm wearing an adult diaper, 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 I'm wearing an adult diaper. Wow, Richard, I did it.
Well, I'm proud of you. Thanks for the donation, We Are Squidward. And thanks for the donation, nigga. Donated $2. Let me see.
If I was a woman, I would never, ever in my entire life trust or date a vegan guy.
Do you spend a lot of your time imagining being a woman?
And this is not some cringe carnivore post.
What was your need to say that?
Vegan men especially are such emotional beings.
Oh my fuck.
This is not a hit piece.
Yeah, you keep saying that. It's almost as though you've had an emotional overreaction to people choosing only to be kind to animals. The fact that I'm thriving proves that you're funding unnecessary animal cruelty, and therefore you need to try and make it right somehow. Ridicule is your defense mechanism.
The sole reason that they are vegan is not about health.
The sole reason? I can name you 3
No, testosterone does not negatively affect memory or cognition. If anything, it helps it. So, estrogen is important for protecting your brain, and if you have low test, you may have a lack of conversion to estrogen, and that can cause neurodegenerative, or increase the likelihood of neurodegeneration. That's actually part of the reason why women are more prone to getting Alzheimer's dementia compared to men, because they go through menopause. But yeah, if you have low test, you might also have low estrogen, and that can be an issue. But testosterone does not negatively affect cognitive outcomes. Dude, this cat's paws are so soft. Oh my god, I love his paws and his toes. I just love this kitty. He's such a good kitty.
or 4 reasons why I don't pay others to stab animals in the neck unnecessarily. You'll get something right eventually though, I'm sure. Do carry on, my highly defensive friend.
You can't base your whole ideology off of feelings and emotions.
Actually, the initial reason that I stopped eating animal products was purely logic driven. I saw the health outcome data and how the more animal products we eat, the quicker we tend to be the cause of our own death through things like heart disease, our leading killer.
All great men throughout history have never been emotional.
What were they, fucking robots?
It's not emotion and feelings that drove them forward in any type of endeavor that they...
These fake alpha male dipshits are the most gay bitch faggots on the fucking planet. Like, I love how this fucking beta male twink who can't even bench 2 plates is talking about, real men would never eat tofu because if you do that, you're emotional. Like, oh my god, what a fucking weenie.
They pursued, right? It's actually logic and just like pursuing whatever they pursued, their purpose, so to speak, by being like vigorous and purposeful, I want to say. Like,
fuck are you going on about?
I can't think of the correct word.
What? All that superior dead rotting flesh and your brain's not working properly? Go figure.
As a woman, you want to make sure that your man can literally do what has to be done at a specific moment at any given time, because he should be a provider and a protector.
Oh, you're so manly.
As I said, I'm going to say this the third time. It's not a hit piece.
You keep telling yourself that, you big, strong hunk of a man.
If you can't even consume what I believe strongly, with the evidence that we have, to be the natural human diet.
Humans are primates. Primates thrive on plants. You're thinking of great cats. Meow. I love how you're so convinced, though, that you know better than every single credible evidence-based nutrition association in the entire world who, looking at the balance of total available evidence, have all arrived at the same conclusion that we need to severely limit saturated fat. If I could give you one teensy little bit of constructive criticism, it would be to learn how science works and then stop talking complete fucking gibberish.
Knitgird donated $2. Let me see.
That's all it is. And at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's just a word. Okay? Nigger, nigger. And at the...
That's great. Thanks for the donation, Knitgird.
And that's what I have to deal with. So that's my perception of mankind. So you invent something that can help everyone and you can't sell it anymore because one person...
Dodo donated $2. Would you say this is accurate? You become what you believe. I believe birds exist. So I'm going to become a bird. I'm assuming he's talking about like you manifest things, and if you believe in yourself, you know, you'll achieve things. I mean, that's just gay. It's just a stupid statement. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Percent is so dumb that they're so dangerous that, you know, when I made D2 liquid, everyone was drinking it from the bottle. They weren't using the oral syringe that came with it. And it was making their thyroid stop working. I'm like, well, this is a lawsuit waiting to happen. I'm not going to make this anymore. So no one ever sued me because we work so well together.
What about methylene blue? Have you tried that?
No, because Ella, Scientific Snitch, says that it's a DNA chelating agent. So it's going to cause massive DNA damage and rampantly increase the risk of cancer. People are afraid about using GH because GH causes cancer. GH doesn't cause cancer. It causes IGF-1 to go up, and IGF-1 grows everything,
right?
Muscle and cancer alike. But eating protein increases IGF-1. Lifting weights increases IGF-1. So everything you do to grow muscle also would grow cancer.
What is gayer, playing Roblox or playing Marvel Rivals? Definitely playing Marvel Rivals.
That's not the same thing as an actual direct carcinogen. Methylene blue isn't a direct carcinogen. It will create cancer.
I'm so curious how true this is. I haven't done any research on that. It's my fault.
I mean, Ella did the research. I didn't do it myself. But it's used in labs to chelate the DNA. Specifically, it's also goes around mitochondria. It targets the mitochondria DNA for this. And the mitochondria DNA is even more fragile. Because normally when the DNA is wrapped around histone cores, it's protected. It has to be open and ready for transcription to get actually broken up and damaged by carcinogens. So only cells that replicate get cancer, really, which isn't entirely true, but your chance of getting skin cancer is way higher than...
I have a confession. Remember the Miniger Totoro donation last month? That was me, non-wib. The white tranny. And in this donation I said the N-word 2 more times. The world is fucked up. I said the word 3 times, bitched. Meditate on that for 10 seconds.
That's fine. Thanks for the donation, my nigga Totoro. Dodo donate $2. If you had Jasmine with you at any of these pools, Would she be a downer the whole time? Also, can you keep the music on for all of these? This is going on for too long. 4 and 12 are the same. Yeah, I'd pick like 4 and 12, and yeah, she'd be a downer.
Choose one god to protect you. The others will attack.
I think I'd choose Entity 404. I think I'd choose 11. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
Can you count down from 5 real quick? I want to bust a nut on my monitor.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thanks for the donation, vegan faggot.
A chance of getting a neuronal cancer, because neurons don't replicate and skin does. Mitochondria have a much more vulnerable DNA. I think the mitochondrial DNA has less histone core, or it's in a transcription available state more often, so that there's more opportunity.
Okay.
I think it also gets in the way of the CD4.
What you said about women and not being funny reminded me of this clip of this, sadly, too early past legend. The link brings you at the starting point.
Yeah, I've seen that clip. I'm not going to bother watching it. I know what he said. Thanks for the donation, G.
Or CD1 and 2, which are basically anti-cancer checkpoints.
I'm curious what Dr. Scott Scher would say about this. I'm kind of I have a feeling that it's this was one of the things that were very dose dependent, where I think the doses below probably 5 milligrams, maybe 10 to 15 milligrams, are significantly lower than the doses applied in this study. But I mean, this is something that I feel like I would have to look at myself, and I'm kind of just throwing shit out. So, but that's good to know. Damn. What about Retatrutide?
I love Reta. So Reta, I never used Ozempic and I never used Tirzepatide. But Reta, in the beginning of prep, it just took away all hunger. I just didn't care. I'm still very food focused now. Once I got lean enough, it's just, I don't think it matters. I think it's different mechanisms that are in play. Maybe Reta's helping. I'm only using 2 milligrams twice a week. and I know I could use up to 12. I probably should up the dose again to 3 milligrams twice a week.
How do you feel on it right now? I guess.
I feel fine.
Yeah, you don't feel any. There's definitely like no nausea or anything at this
Never.
dose.
I've never had any nausea.
And how much do you inject it right now?
On a high day, at the end of the high day, I use 2 milligrams.
Okay, and
I
then
have 2 high days. Well,
two
I have
high days.
2 medium days. I have 2 3,000 calorie days, and my normal days are 2,000 calories. And I've been like that for like since 16 weeks out. Whereas normally I'd be at 200 carbs the last couple weeks.
Do you think Ronnie Coleman might still be able to to walk if he hadn't lifted with heavy, especially on squats? Well, I think the reason he has the back problems he has is because he would train with back injuries and not give two fucking shits. He was just doing stupid crap. He talked about how he probably ruptured a disc. He felt like some loud pop in his back, and then he'd still finish the workout and he'd lift super fucking heavy. So that's probably what fucked him up, not the heavy lifting. It's the heavy lifting while being fucked up and injured. So yeah, no shit, you're gonna fuck yourself up doing that. But if he would just let himself heal, and then get back at it once he's like healthy, I don't think he would have had those problems. Q donated $2. Let me see.
What's good, YouTube? How you doing, man? What the fuck are you doing in here? Hey, what the hell you doing in here? Right. Oh, it's that discussion, and sometimes they need to take the edge off it. Style, like fucking creep all over. Hey, come.
Only thing you got is your word. I put that shit on my mama.
He puts that shit on his mom.
Today, always gonna be money. Always gonna be hoes. Always gonna be something. Only thing you got is your word. I put that shit on my mama.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now.
This isn't very funny. Thanks for the donation, Q.
Before a show, I've been under 200 carbs from 16 weeks out. So for 8 weeks, this is the longest, most brutal diet I've ever done.
Yeah.
And I feel nothing compared to what I would normally feel.
No.
Because of Retta.
That's awesome.
And then the energy I get from the MOTS and the SLU, the combination of those three, not that that's all I'm taking, but that's the 3 new things this prep that I've never done before. And out of 17 years of competing, this is by far the easiest prep I've ever done and the leanest I've ever been. 15 weeks out, 12 weeks out, 11 weeks out.
How many weeks out are you now?
I'm like 8.
Yeah, your arms look pretty fucking lean.
I was down to 184 this morning.
Do you remember, what was your last stage weight? Do you remember?
Well, I got down to 177, but I fucked up my peak, and so I was on stage at 191.
Oh, shit.
I looked my best at 184. So I don't look good today, but I looked really good Saturday morning.
Okay.
Saturday morning, I was 187, and I was like blasting full, vascular striations everywhere.
Nice.
The only thing that's not in is my glutes, but with Classic, your glutes are covered up by the trunks anyway.
Yeah. Your diet sounds kind of similar to mine. Also have the carrots. Also got 2,000 calories about for a base, and my high days are higher than yours. They're about 3,400, 3,500. And I have been considering starting Retta. I wanted to try tirzepatide first to see how that is, and then go on Retta just because I want to, just out of curiosity.
But what? Why would you rob a bank with a knife when you could rob it with a gun?
So I think the first thing is I've read some anecdotes of people that just have to titrate the dose up higher and higher. And I know I'm probably not going to ever run into that problem for as long as my prep is and how long the next following shows are. But I have tirzepatide on hand anyways. For
okay, that's a different story.
Yeah, they send it to me anyways. So
if you have Retta, if you have tirzepatide on hand, then you could use that. But my understanding is it's a lot cruder.
Mm-hmm.
It's just less sophisticated.
I know of some differences, but what are the differences?
Well, there's no glucagon in the tirzepatide. There is glucagon in retatrutide.
Right.
So I had a 136 average blood glucose on
Mhm.
50 units of insulin. I used 1 milligram of Retta, and the next day I didn't use insulin, and my average glucose was 96. Within a month of using Retta, my average glucose was like 70.
Nice.
It completely cured my diabetes.
Damn.
And if I didn't have that, I would have went hypo. I've never went hypo since going on Retta.
That's fucking
because of the glucagon.
sick. Yeah.
I never run
Yeah.
out of energy.
I'm a big fan of how much it regulates blood sugar. Yeah, that's probably my favorite part about it, to be honest.
That's the only reason why I added it in. I didn't add it in for hunger.
I think one of the concerns I didn't mention that I had, and I know the percentage is extremely fucking small.
Yeah,
but I tend to be one
maybe-
of the percentages that has insomnia.
I've noticed I haven't been going hypoglycemic, even though I'm dieting really hard right now. Might be from the Retta, because I'm on retatrutide right now.
You know, like I
Mhm.
have this random insomnia, and it's been the worst and annoying thing, and I've had to pay a lot of money just to get like mouthpieces for sleep and all this shit. So I'm a little bit more, I guess, I don't know if it's neurotic when it comes to sleep.
Okay, I had a kind of crappy, tiring day, and I'm tired, and I just want to fucking sleep. So I'm just gonna sleep now. I know the stream wasn't that long, but I just need to fucking sleep. So I'm gonna go to bed and sleep. But big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs. Really appreciate it. Eh. Say goodnight to Gum Gum. There's Gum Gum. But thanks again, everybody. Yeah, no bet. I wanted to game, but I'm just too fucking tired. I just need to sleep. I had a longish day. But I will be on tomorrow, and I'll try to stream earlier. I just had some stupid annoying shit where I had to call customer service for hours to figure out some fucking problem, and they still weren't able to fix it and shit. But should be able to be on earlier tomorrow, and we'll game and do fun stuff, and I'll show my penis and whatnot, do full nudes on stream. But thanks again, everybody. Hope you all have a good night and some sweet dreams, and I'll see you all tomorrow.